Chicago baseball legend Ozzie Guillen at the Rincon Family Services 2024 Swing for Support for Mental Health Golf Outing, September 30th at Cog Hill Golf and Country Club in Lamont.
This is the best fans. I love you.
Ozzie's raising funds for mental health, all while enjoying a day of golf, including dinner.
Go playing golf and you're going to like it.
Sponsorship packages are available, and there's a 140 golfer capacity, so get your spot now. Go to og13.org. Together, we can create a positive change and support Rincon Family Services.
Smoothie King's new lemonade lineup is here.
Lemonade, lemonade, the Smoothie King way.
Try a strawberry guava lemonade SK refresher.
Over ice.
A power up in a cup.
Energize.
Or a blueberry lemonade smoothie.
Blend it up in your cup.
Made with real fruit, real juice for a real sipping good summer.
Yum, yum, gotta get some.
Smoothie King's new lemonade lineup, all for a limited time.
Who's thirsty?
The Liberty Brass Quartet performing the national anthem tonight here in Baltimore. The national anthem sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. Cubs looking to sweep the Orioles. Who are you banking on? Is sponsored by Busey Bank. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. Now, Christopher Morel homered last night. He's riding a modest 6-game hitting streak, so I'm banking on Morel to continue heating up. The pitching matchup is sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Justin Steele is going for the Cubs, 1-3 with a 2.95 ERA. But those numbers don't tell the whole story. He's coming off his first career complete game, a 2-hitter against the Angels last Friday. Since May 27th, Steele has a 1.67 ERA in 8 starts. Albert Suarez is going for Baltimore, 5-2, 2.48 ERA. The right-hander beat the A's last Friday, 2 runs on 4 hits in 6 innings, 6 strikeouts. Around Baseball is sponsored by Great Clips. For your next haircut, go to Great Clips. It's going to be great. The big story today in Major League Baseball, the rookie all-star Paul Skeens of the Pirates, 7 no-hit innings today as Pittsburgh blanked Milwaukee 1-0. The Brewers finished with 2 hits in the game. Skeens now 6-0 with a 1.90 ERA. Here in Baltimore, it's time for baseball. Cubs, Orioles, Pat, Ron, next on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Parkins and Spiegel on your ride home. Afternoons 2 to 6 on The Score.
The only way to be your best self is with your best help. When you have a health partner who doesn't just treat part of you, they care for all of you. At Advocate Healthcare, we're helping more people feel better than ever by making care easier, more accessible, and more complete than ever before, so that you can enjoy more of the moments you love. That's what it means to live meaningfully, to live joyfully, to live fully with Advocate Healthcare.
Who do you stand up for? MasterCard and Stand Up to Cancer are empowering everyone, everywhere, to stand up together in support of those who've been affected by cancer. Culminating on July 16th, catch a special moment at the 2024 MLB All-Star Game, where fans, players, and folks way beyond the stadium will stand together in solidarity. Go to priceless.com/SU2C to find out all of the ways you can support. That's priceless.com/SU2C. Standing up for the people we love. Priceless.
At Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, every journey is unique. From learning to walk again after a spinal cord injury to learning to speak again after a stroke. But they all have the same destination: ability. Choose the #1 rehabilitation hospital, the one with the most advanced treatments, the brightest experts, and the most referrals for the toughest cases. Choose Shirley Ryan Ability Lab.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by Health Markets. Shop for health insurance your way.
And now, Odyssey and 670 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Get out the tape measure, long gone. Back to the stands. That ball is gone. A game-winning home run. Can you believe it? This is what you came here for. You got the Cubs game on the score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by Benjamin Moore, Denny's Beverage Depot, Hefty Trash Bags, Sigler Subaru of Kenosha, Bosch Power Tools, James Hardy Building Products, Sloan, Stella Blue Coffee, Traffic Tech, Wintrust Community Banks, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, Granger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs in Wrigley Field, Atturo Tires, and by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. And now, here's the Hall of Famer, Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer, with all the exciting play-by-play action of Chicago Cubs baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Oriole Park at Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland. It's time for the third and final game of this series between the Chicago Cubs and the Baltimore Orioles. Good evening, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. It's another steamy summer night here on the eastern seaboard. 89 degrees and quite humid as well. Starting pitchers tonight: Justin Steele going for the Cubs. Albert Suarez, a right-hander, starts for Baltimore. The Cubs have played some of their best ball of the year in the first two games of this series, winning both. And tonight they try to make it a 3-game sweep. Let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for tonight's game. Sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. Leading off for the Cubs at second base, Nico Horner. Michael Busch at first base. Seiya Suzuki in right field. The Cubs cleanup man is Ian Happ. Happ will play left field. Christopher Morel, the designated hitter. Dansby Swanson to bat sixth and play shortstop. Miles Mastroboni at third base. The center fielder batting eighth is Pete Crow Armstrong, and Tomas Nido batting ninth and catching for the Cubs. For Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson will lead off at shortstop. Adley Rutschman, the DH. Ryan Mountcastle will hit third and play first base. Anthony Santander in right field. Batting fifth and playing third base, Jordan Westberg. Austin Hayes is the left fielder. Jorge Mateo batting seventh and playing second base. Cedric Mullins in center and batting ninth and catching for the Orioles, James McCann. So there you have the lineups. 89 degrees at game time. Game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Your trusted local experts, Four Seasons. The umpires: John Bacon will call balls and strikes. Dan Merzel working at first. Stu Shorewater, the second base umpire. And Mark Carlson, a native of Joliet, working at third. He is the crew chief. The announcement of the umpire sponsored by Suits 2020 in Niles, the largest selection of wedding outfits for grooms and groomsmen. We are ready for baseball. The Cubs in Baltimore. Let's see if they can make it 3 in a row. Back to get it started for you right after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Bernstein and Holmes, 10 a.m. until 2 on The Score.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This is where legends are made. Bally's Chicago Casino, where the action is unstoppable and the possibilities are unlimited. It's the $250,000 sizzling summer sweepstakes. July 27th, win a pair of jet skis and a trip to Bally's Atlantic City or 40 grand cash. Open 24 hours, 7 days a week at the historic Madonna Temple. Bally's Chicago Casino. Bet on Bally's. See promotions for details. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, I'm Rhett.
And I'm Link.
Maybe you know us from our daily YouTube show, Good Mythical Morning.
But this is a little trailer for our podcast, Ear Biscuits, where two lifelong friends talk about life for a long time.
And nothing is off limits. We talk about our sex lives, our mental health journeys, but we try to never take ourselves too seriously.
So we invite you to not do the same, or to do the same. We invite you to listen. Follow and listen to Ear Biscuits.
Now for free on the Odyssey app and everywhere you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Steve Malman. Most auto injury lawyers will tell you they don't get paid until you win, but they still gotta win. At Malman Law, we win 95% of our cases. Call 888-MALMAN-LAW or visit malmanlaw.com.
Cubs occupy the third base dugout here in Baltimore, wearing their road uniforms, dark blue shirts with gray trousers, red numerals on their backs, dark blue hats and helmets, dark blue sleeves and socks, and a variety of shoe colors. Some guys have the blue shoes, some have the whites. Might even be a couple of pairs of gray kicks in there in the bunch as well. The Baltimore Orioles in their home whites, bright white shirts and pants. Black and orange are their primary colors. In fact, their hat has black, orange, and white in it. The numbers are orange on their backs. Their sleeves are black, and so are their socks. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Transform your clubhouse into a Cubs house with Cubbies blue, Wrigley Field green, or marquee red. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Benjamin Moore. Well, Rod, let's see if the Cubs can pull off a trifecta by sweeping these very strong Baltimore Orioles in their park.
It would be pretty amazing. You come in, and it's been a rough couple months, but now all of a sudden Cubs have played good baseball, and it's no surprise when you swing the bat well, you drive in runs, you hit with runners in scoring position, and oh, by the way, the Cubs starting pitching has been good. You're going to win games, and that's exactly what's happened here this past week.
Nico Hoerner leads it off. First pitch in for a strike, and away we go. Cubs leadoff man is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If Nico gets a base hit, Benny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. Here comes the 0-1. It's up and in. He might have been grazed by the pitch. He was. That's a hit by pitch. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Nico has a knack, Ron. He almost does it, making it look like he's trying to avoid being hit. But what he does, he stays pretty much in the same spot and turns the body, but he still is getting hit by the pitch.
Yeah, and what it is, he's got that pad on his left tricep covering his elbow. So, if that's where it's going to hit him, it's not going to do any damage, but he's going to end up getting on base.
So it's a hit batsman. Nico gets on. Michael Busch, the batter. What a series Michael is having. 6 for 11 with a homer and 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Busch. Check swing on a high change. No swing. Ron, what's the Cubs' plan against the pitcher Albert Suarez?
Well, Suarez, the guy who hasn't pitched in the big leagues in a long time up until this year. Good high fastball, breaking ball changeup. But, as being a guy that's unknown who's pitched in Japan and Korea, you kind of got to see what you're getting from him and hope that your scouting report is right. I do know this. 95-mile-an-hour fastball at the top of the zone. First and foremost, you got to be aware of that high fastball.
Low ball 3 to Busch. 3-0 on Michael with Suzuki on deck. And the pitch on the way, and it's taken for a strike. Beautiful Oriole Park at Camden Yards. We've had some rather smallish crowds compared to what I remember when Baltimore was a contending team. Back when I worked in the American League, you would have sellouts almost every single night.
Absolutely. This was some kind of rocking place.
Swing and a miss by Bush. It's 3-2. We've had audiences of just over 20,000 last night and just over 30,000. Not bad, but not what you would expect. This is a great baseball town, always has been.
Some incredible baseball history. Great names, Hall of Famers.
The legendary Babe Ruth was born right next to Oriole Park at Camden Yards, 1895. High fly ball to center. It's not going to carry. Mullins coming in with a routine play. The left-handed center fielder grabs it, and that's out number one.
Just that alone makes it a good baseball city.
Because
right?
the Babe was born right across the street.
Now, have you gone to the museum?
I have not.
I did years ago. I went there, and to me, I was always just the talk of him and what he did in our game. And when you look at the numbers of what he did in his era compared to the rest of the league, I was always amazed. But it is a neat place to go and check it out.
Seiya Suzuki takes outside, ball one.
So in 2 years, I'll take you over there on the way back when we come back.
Sounds good. Baltimore has been strong all year. 57 wins, 35 losses, but they've had trouble in the interleague package. They're under 500 against National League teams, which is a little surprising. They are just 12-13 against National League competition. And another surprising number, Ron, would be the Cubs' all-time record at Oriole Park and Camden Yards.
Yeah.
It only goes back to 2003, but the Cubs are 10-2 in this yard. High fly ball to right. Toward the line, running in is Santander with a play, makes the catch. Out number two. It was a foul ball. The umpire, Dan Merzel, at first signaling that the ball was caught in foul territory. Umpires do that. I'm not sure what it means in terms of record keeping, but it is out number two, and here is Ian Happ.
That was surprising when I read that the Cubs are 8-2 here. But this group, in the 90s, this was in early 2000s, this was a really tough place to win at if you're a visiting player.
First inning is being powered by Invesco QQQ. Tomorrow's innovation awaits with Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated. No score first inning, 2 down, Horner at first. Ian Happ has been an RBI machine over the last 40 games, averaging better than an RBI per game in that span. 41 ribbies in 40 games. That'll put a smile on your face. 55 RBIs leads the team for Ian Happ. The 0-1, Horner dives back to the bag. He might be running here. What do you think?
Yeah, I would think so. I get no problem with that. Kind of the resurgence of the Cubs offense, I think, is partly because of the aggressive base running and base stealing, for that matter.
And a balk has been called. A balk has been called on Albert Suarez.
So that was the third disengagement from the rubber as Nico took off quick and then stopped and hit Suarez's attention, but he had already thrown over twice. So the Cubs get a balk call, and Nico's at second.
And now let's see if Ian Happ can drive in the run. Fastball strike, 0-2. Now that rule has been on the books for a couple of years. We have not seen that very often at all.
No. And now the other thing, Suarez has not been playing here over the last few years, so that's a little different too.
Yeah, I was reading, Ron, he spent some time over in Korea pitching for Samsung. This is his second career start against the Cubs. Lost back in September of 2016 at Wrigley Field as he worked 5 innings in that game. Happ swings and misses, strike 3. That's the high fastball that you mentioned, Ron, and it ends the inning. Cubs, no runs, no hits, leave 1. After a half, Cubs nothing, Baltimore coming up. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game all season long right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
At Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, every journey is unique. From learning to walk again after a spinal cord injury to learning to speak again after a stroke. But they all have the same destination: ability. Choose the #1 rehabilitation hospital, the one with the most advanced treatments, the brightest experts, and the most referrals for the toughest cases. Choose Shirley Ryan Ability Lab.
When something happens to your kitchen, you might say,
"This is ludicrous."
but that won't fix your home. That will only get you the rapper, Ludacris.
Having trouble? Don't panic. Don't be alarmed. You need to file a claim? Holla at State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
That's right. You can file a claim on the app or call us.
Thanks, Mr. Chris.
No matter how ludicrous the situation, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
I'm Rob Bradford, and every single day I'm sitting down with the biggest names to show you this great game is the greatest game. Jump aboard the BIB Express. Follow and listen to Baseball Isn't Boring, presented by Wasabi Hot Cloud Storage on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Did you know you can see your favorite Score shows on YouTube and Twitch? Watch Mully and Haw, Bernstein and Holmes, and Parkins and Spiegel do their shows live weekdays from 5:30 a.m. until 6 p.m. Just go to YouTube or Twitch and search 670 The Score. Then get inside the studio to watch the best Chicago sports talk live. Experience Mully and Haw, Bernstein and Holmes, and Parkins and Spiegel like you never have before. Just go to YouTube or Twitch and search 670 The Score to get started today.
Bottom of the first inning, Justin Steele coming off of a great outing at Wrigley last weekend when he pitched a complete game and beat the Angels. A two-hitter. He was sharp that day. Walked 2, struck out 7. Cubs won the game 5-1. Here's a pop-up foul off the bat of the leadoff hitter, Gunnar Henderson. It's out of play down the left field line. 1 ball and 1 strike on Gunnar. Baltimore with a high-powered offensive attack. They lead the majors in home runs, but the Cub pitching has for the most part, stymied the Baltimore offense in the first 2 games. Here's a bouncer toward first and foul. So, Ron, what's the plan for Justin Steele tonight?
I think it's the same thing that he did at his last outing. You know, having command of his fastball is by far the key for him in every start that he pitches, because there's that it factor with his fastball where I just don't think teams and hitters pick up his fastball. And when he has great command of it, they're in big trouble, because now you got to be on the fastball, and that cutter, that slider type slurve pitch down and in or down and away to the lefties is just brutal to try to cover both of them.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Henderson chased a pitch that was outside, and that's out number 1. And Ron, on top of what you just said, there's not much familiarity between Steele and these Oriole hitters at all. It's only his second career start against Baltimore, and nobody's ever had more than 6 at-bats against him.
There's something about his release and him hiding the ball that just, when you see hitters that haven't seen him much at all try to face him, you get some pretty ugly swings, and just like you're just not picking the baseball up. We just saw that strikeout of Henderson.
Big chop to short, good pitch in on the hand. Swanson a running flip throw to first in time. Retires Adley Rutschman. That was right in on the knuckles.
Excellent fastball. That's that fastball we're talking about, right? So you know that the slider's there, but that's just a 4-seam angle fastball in on the corner. And I mean, it gets all in the kitchen of Rutschman.
'89 sweltering degrees in Baltimore. Had one of the shortest rain delays ever last night, 19 minutes. We all caught a break. That could have been 2.5 hours. I've sat through those in this park more than once. Bounce to second, fielded by Horner. It's a 1-2 3 first inning for Justin Steele. At the end of 1, no score, Cubs and Baltimore on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
It's been a 3-year wait, but the Olympics are back, and the CBS Sports Podcast Network has you covered with everything happening in Paris. It's a new era for the U.S. women's national team, and Attacking Third will tackle all the women's soccer action. First Cut will keep close tabs on golf, while Beyond the Arc will follow the U.S. men's basketball team on a quest for another gold. And We Need to Talk Now will provide comprehensive coverage of women's athletes at the Olympic Games. Follow and listen to all CBS Sports podcasts for free on the Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com/radio. Terms apply.
Get back on your weight loss journey with Optavia. Our holistic approach focuses on the whole person, so you can commit to transforming your weight loss journey. Say bye-bye before and hello after the after. Learn more at Optavia.com/results.
Who do you stand up for? MasterCard and Stand Up to Cancer are empowering everyone, everywhere, to stand up together in support of those who've been affected by cancer. Culminating on July 16th, catch a special moment at the 2024 MLB All-Star Game, where fans, players, and folks way beyond the stadium will stand together in solidarity. Go to Priceless.com/SU2C to find out all of the ways you can support. That's Priceless.com/SU2C. Standing up for the people we love. Priceless.
Top 2, Cubs and Orioles are scoreless in Baltimore. The second inning is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Remember, on Southwest, 2 bags fly free. Pat?
It's a good thing to keep in mind, Zach, as we go to this second inning. Christopher Morel will lead it off. Morel started the scoring last night with a home run against Corbin Burns right over the center field fence. And he'll take outside from Albert Suarez. 89 degrees, a little on the humid side. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a tap towards short, slowly hit. Fielded by Henderson, and the throw to first is in time. Morel is out number 1. Scoreless game, second inning. Here's Dansby Swanson. Game time temperature sponsored by 4 Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Your trusted local experts. 4 Seasons.
Both of these guys with good fastballs. They do it a little bit different, but good fastballs. Henderson, as we said, with that mid-90s heater. 96. Speed gun powered by Xfinity. Stream sports to Xfinity because it's only live once.
Swanson,
as you heard that.
Fouls it back right near our booth. That was just to the left and a little bit elevated. I was waiting for you to make a leaping try.
I was listening, and that's not a sound that you want if you have a glove in your hand. Just saying.
The clank?
The clank, yeah, that's not good. Yeah.
I think we've all been there.
Oh, yeah, too many times. Now you end up in a broadcast booth.
Here's the 0-2. Fastball away to Dansby Swanson. Swanson had a good night last night, Ron. A single and a double, also lined out and hit the ball sharply just about every time up. Let's see if that leads to a hot streak of hitting for him. There's the 1-2 Dansby takes away. It'll be a late night for the Cubs traveling party after the game. It'll be right to the airport, jumping on an airplane and flying to St. Louis. And the Cardinals are waiting for the Cubs for a 4-game series starting tomorrow night. Fastball away. A doubleheader Saturday, single game Sunday, leading right up to the All-Star break. Cardinals reeling today after being swept at home in a doubleheader yesterday by Kansas City, their cross-state rival. That's a long day when you're in your park and you get swept by a team that's in your state.
Yeah, your rival team, absolutely.
It's not a good day. Here's the 3-2. Popped up foul out of play by Swanson. Now I see the Cardinals have already named their starters. The Cubs have not. But the Cubs are going to see Sonny Gray tomorrow, the right-hander. In the doubleheader, it'll be Lance Lynn and Kyle Gibson pitching for St. Louis. Swanson checks. Did he go? He foul-tipped it into the glove of the catcher, McCann. The pitch was up and in. Dansby started to swing, then tried to check, and accidentally had the ball hit the bat. And that's strike 3 on the foul tip.
Yeah, it's a frustrating AB. But as we were talking about Dansby's at-bats in yesterday's ballgames, you're bringing up, two things really stuck out to me in a real positive way about his at-bats yesterday.
As Mastroboni will take a strike.
The one thing is the line drive, right? You know, I love when a guy is struggling, if you can dial into the opposite gap, that really helps. And it really helps your timing on all pitches.
Fastball strike. 0-2 on Miles.
And then the second thing that you brought up, Pat, that I couldn't agree more, is the balls that were hit, what were they hit like? They were line drives, right? He hit a line drive to right center, a line drive to left center, pounded one to the left center gap. All those, what that means to me is he's on top of the ball, driving down through it and centering the baseball. And to me, that means he's on playing with the ball and a lot better than he has been.
A looper into shallow left, falling in there for a base hit. Mastroboni, a bloop single on the 0-2 pitch. That becomes the first hit of the ball game by any player on either team. And Miles has speed with the number 8 batter up there and 2 down. This might be a spot to be running.
I think for the Cubs, them being aggressive on the base paths has been a big bonus for them over the last week. I would say if you can go, try to take a bag.
Mastroboni is running on the first pitch, fouled away by Pete Crow Armstrong. Mastroboni, oblivious to the foul ball, went sliding into second base. He did have a good jump.
Yeah, he had a great jump, and that was just flat out straight steal. He was not looking in to see if the ball was swung at, fouled off, anything.
He's given the Cardinals starters Sonny Gray tomorrow night, Lance Lynn and Kyle Gibson in the doubleheader Saturday, Miles Michaelis on Sunday. The Cubs have not yet announced their starters.
Boy, that's some veteran starting pitching going against the Cubs.
All 4.
In 4 games.
Only 2 of them have winning records, however, and that would be Sonny Gray at 9-5 and Kyle Gibson at 7-3. Lynn has split his 8 decisions right down the middle. Michael is 7-7 with an ERA of up near 5. Here's the 1-1. Fly ball to right toward the corner. Long run Santander in the corner. He will make the catch. About 5 feet off the line and about 5 feet off the warning track. Pete Crow Armstrong just missed getting all of that one. It's a deep fly ball out to the right field corner. No runs on a hit. Cubs lead 1. Middle of inning number 2. 0-0 game. Cubs and Orioles on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Dansby Swanson. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
See Broadway's spellbinding spectacular in Chicago. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Join Harry and his son on the next adventure, September 10th through February 1st at the James M. Niederlander Theater. Get tickets at BroadwayInChicago.com.
At Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, every journey is unique. From learning to walk again after a spinal cord injury to learning to speak again after a stroke. But they all have the same destination: ability. Choose the #1 rehabilitation hospital, the one with the most advanced treatments, the brightest experts, and the most referrals for the toughest cases. Choose Shirley Ryan Ability Lab.
Baseball season is heating up. Odyssey has you covered with the most entertaining coverage of your team. Stay locked in and in the know with the local voices you trust. Stream your favorite shows for free on the Odyssey app, Odyssey.com, or on your smart speaker.
1, 2, 3, 4. Those are numbers, but you already knew that. If you want to know what number you're going to pay each month for your car, use Kelley Blue Book My Wallet on Auto Trader. They're really good at numbers. Auto Trader.
Who do you stand up for? MasterCard and Stand Up to Cancer are empowering everyone, everywhere, to stand up together in support of those who've been affected by cancer. Culminating on July 16th, catch a special moment at the 2024 MLB All-Star Game, where fans, players, and folks way beyond the stadium will stand together in solidarity. Go to priceless.com/SU2C to find out all of the ways you can support. That's priceless.com/SU2C. Standing up for the people we love. Priceless.
On Friday, July 19th, the Cubs take on the Diamondbacks at 1:20 in the afternoon. Up to the first 5,500 fans in the Budweiser bleachers. 21 and older will receive a Chicago mesh tank presented by Budweiser. Purchase tickets at cubs.com/tickets. Huh?
All right, Zach, thank you. The 0-1 pitch by Justin Steele is a swing and a foul back by Anthony Santander. I don't have a great number of mesh tanks in my wardrobe, Ron. How about yourself? It's a very personal question, and if you feel a little awkward answering it, I would certainly understand.
Okay, I kind of do. No, compared to some of the other questions, this is a mild one. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good. Yeah.
So you do have some mesh tanks.
No, I don't. But we will after this next go around with Cubs are doing the promotion. I think Zach is working on that.
So it'll be affordable luxury mesh tanks.
There you go.
Exactly.
I'm picking up on this concept.
Very affordable luxury. Yeah. Now, I could have used one out at the pool today. I got a little bit of sun, and I could have used one of those. Yeah.
Here's the 1-2, fly ball to center. Coming in is Pete Crow Armstrong. He's going to grab that one with no trouble at all. Out number 1. The first 4 batters have been set down by Justin Steele. No score, second inning. Let's pause 10 for ID. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs with us on the Bernstein and Holmes Show, weekdays 10 a.m. until 2 on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Jordan Westberg just named to the All-Star team a couple of days ago. I was reading that the Boston infielder, is it Rafael Devers?
Devers, yeah.
He was scratched because of an arm issue. He was going to play in the All-Star game, but he said, I'm not sure if he said it or if the decision was made for him, but he's not going. And the beneficiary of that is the guy at the plate, Jordan Westberg. He'll be going to the All-Star game. Swinging a fly ball to right, routine play for Suzuki, and that's out number 2. And Ron, I know you played in the All-Star game, 1999. I would think every year as that date rolls around, and it's coming up just next Tuesday, it's going to be in Texas. I'll bet that brings back great memories for you.
Yeah, it really does. It's always a special thing for, it's a special thing for everybody because our whole league is on display for those couple days. And I think it's a really cool environment and just a really good thing to do for the league and for the guys as that ball's popped up and Bush makes a catch in foul territory. But for the first time, guys, it is like something you can't ever explain.
We'll continue this run when we come back. 3 up, 3 down. Justin Steele looks sharp at the outset. We go to the 3rd inning, 0-0 game. Cubs and Orioles on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
It's been a 3-year wait, but the Olympics are back, and the CBS Sports Podcast Network has you covered with everything happening in Paris. It's a new era for the U.S. women's national team, and Attacking Third will tackle all the women's soccer action. First Cut will keep close tabs on golf, while Beyond the Arc will follow the U.S. men's basketball team on a quest for another gold. And We Need to Talk Now will provide comprehensive coverage of women's athletes at the Olympic Games. Follow and listen to all CBS Sports podcasts for free on the Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
What happens when 2 Score shows meet? You get a Score Classic, Score Transition. First at 10 a.m., Mully and Haw meet Bernstein and Holmes. Then at 2, Bernstein and Holmes hand the mic off to Parkins and Spiegel.
So the Cubs will keep winning. They're playing a little better.
They are. They've been playing pretty well.
Too little, too late?
No, I think that you could at least start back to having discussions of, do you add or do you subtract?
I also think the way they began the trip was ideal. When you spread the game out and you give yourself an opportunity to get your pitching set. Like, there's no excuses. The whole season they've been chasing. The whole season they have been in situations, they've been reacting instead of acting. It's like, well, we would have started this guy, but then this guy got hurt, and then we had to do this, and this game was close, and we blew this save, and now we're here. So now, okay, now you're finally ahead of it.
Yeah.
Now go make it matter.
It's the magic of score transition. Weekdays at 10 and 2 on Sports Radio 670 The Score. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Tomas Nito is on deck. Who's on deck is sponsored by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply today at ondeck.com. Huh?
Nito will take outside from the big right-hander Albert Suarez. Here's the windup and the next pitch on the way. Swinging a liner toward right, but Santander is there to make the catch. One of the hardest hit balls by a Cubs batter so far, but it goes right into the glove of the right fielder. One away, and here's Nico Horner.
Yeah, a little fastball away. Nito, he smokes this ball, but literally right at Santander and right. Now the defense for Baltimore at third base playing in at third. Westberg.
Big curveball floats in there for a strike. The Cubs count on Granger's help to keep beautiful Wrigley Field running. To get the products you need, call clickgranger.com or stop by Granger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. Here is the 1-1 pitch by Albert Suarez. And the pitch on the way. A little pop fly foul back near our booth. If I had longer arms, I would have caught that ball, Ron. I read
that would have
that.
been some effort.
I read that commercial a moment ago, and I looked at you, and you made a motion as if to say, I believe that's already been read. And then I looked back at Zach, who really is kind of the manager of the commercial load.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. It's high for a ball. And Zach kind of closed his eyes and looked down and pretty much ignored me. So
it's fun. It's a great feeling, isn't it, when that happens?
Did I mess up something?
No, I think you're. Let me just say this.
Yes.
That ball's fouled off to the right. Anybody in the booth that has HOF after their name, they don't screw up in the booth. The rest of us do. And there's none of us with HOF after our name. So that is what it is. It's just, we screw up, you don't. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah, Pat, you have carte blanche.
Gee, what a nice rule that is. Here's a swinging a fly ball to center. It's going to be caught by Mullins. I wasn't aware of that rule until right now, but I kind of like the sound of that.
Oh, I've seen the rule in effect before. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I learned that rule even before you get HOF put after your name with one of my teammates that we just called Hall of Famer. And he had that rule even before he went in. He was still playing. Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah.
2 outs. Here's Michael Busch. No score. Third inning. Albert Suarez to Busch. Ball is in there for a strike. We can tell you that the third inning is sponsored by Granger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. Call clickgranger.com or just stop by. This time I'm not going to look at either of you after I said it.
I think Zach's looking for a different commercial, to be quite honest with you.
And, of course, he is. One ball and one strike on Michael Busch. Mm-hmm. I felt very proud of the one I just read.
Oh,
it's really a shame.
Might be the best read all year.
Let's not get carried away. Foul off to the left out of play. 1-2. Okay, I'm going to try this again. Thank you for the drum roll. We are coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Fastball is high to Busch. 2-2.
That was a Hall of Fame read right there.
I did my best. So we should be good until about the 8th inning. Here's the 2-2. Fastball is low and inside to Busch.
So in other words, you're saying Zach needs to get his glasses on because he's doing a lot of reading here for like 5 innings or so.
Michael got the Cubs rolling in game 1 with a first inning home run. I think sometimes when that happens, Ron, when you homer in your first at-bat in a series, you are destined to have a good series.
Yeah, you can't do any better than that, right? And your confidence is soaring, and Michael has swung the bat exceptionally well here as of late. Home runs, RBIs, big hits, and I think he's covering the strike zone better. I really do. Whether he's slashing the ball the other way or hitting with power.
And he takes low and inside ball 4. And that's something we've noticed from Michael really from day one. He will take his walks.
They've gone a couple different routes to try to get him out. Early in the year, it was high fastballs, and he was doing a little bit of chasing on a high heater. Then he got off the high heater and is starting to drive the ball and forcing him to come down in the zone. Then it was the slider down and in. That last one, the cutter down and in, he did not chase. And when you don't chase pitches out of the zone and you make them 3 strikes, you got a good chance.
Fastball is up high to Seiya Suzuki. 2 down, a runner at first, no score. We're in the top of inning number 3. We're going to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Here's a drive down the left field line. It's going to be a fair ball bouncing in the corner. Bush around third. He's being waved in. Here comes the throw to the plate will not be made. It's an RBI double for Seiya Suzuki. Good base coaching by your guest on the pregame show, Willie Harris, at third. He gave him the green light, and it turned out to be right on the money.
Well, he makes a great decision. This ball goes down into the corner and hits the sidewall, and that wall, right where the line is on the wall, the ball hits and kicks back towards home plate about 4 or 5 feet. Left fielder comes in. Hayes grabs it and throws somewhat of a low throw to Henderson. He catches this ball below his knees. I think because of that, he was not able to just get in flow to make a throw home. No throw to the plate. Cubs take the lead.
Suzuki an RBI double. Cubs take a 1-0 lead. Here's Ian Happ with a man in scoring position, swinging and missing. Doubles by the Cubs, brought to you by Traffic Tech. Double up your business with Traffic Tech, the hardest working team in transport. RBI is brought to you by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Happ swings and misses, and the count 0-2.
Ian got a good pitch to hit there. Good fastball, mid-90s. Put a good swing on it, too. I like that Ian was aggressive on that second strike fastball.
Cubs have scored first in every game of the series. Here's the 0-2. Pop fly foul over near the Cubs' third base dugout, and it's going to be out of play. Zach reminds me that the base on ball is sponsored by North Shore Adult Diapers.
Oh, yeah.
Reassuringly strong protection for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com. I always like to give credit to Zach for that commercial, and I'm not sure why.
He's looking a little puzzled, but
he'll get over it.
Yeah.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Taken high for a ball.
There is nothing wrong with reassuringly strong protection. We all want that.
I'll take your word for it, Zach. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Happ. Happy to hear from you in that regard, Zach.
Yeah.
It's always nice to share. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that ends the inning. The Cubs get on the board, a clutch RBI double. Seiya Suzuki. We go to the bottom of the third. Cubs 1, Baltimore 0 on the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game all season long, right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Make the holidays spectacular with Moulin Rouge the Musical. Winner of 10 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. The New York Times calls it glittering, gasp-inspiring. In Moulin Rouge, life is beautiful. Give the gift of Broadway's most spectacular night out. Book now at MoulinRougeMusical.com.
Got dings, dents, scratches, or faded paint? Mako's got you covered. Refresh your ride with your refund during our tax season event because your car deserves to shine. Head to Maaco.com to schedule your estimate today. Better get Maaco.
Who do you stand up for? MasterCard is collaborating with Stand Up to Cancer and inviting you to join in the fight against cancer on July 16th. Go to priceless.com/SU2C to find out how you can support.
Baseball season is heating up. Odyssey has you covered with the most entertaining coverage of your team. Stay locked in and in the know with the local voices you trust. Stream your favorite shows for free on the Odyssey app, Odyssey.com, or on your smart speaker.
Every weight loss journey has a before and an after, but all too often, your after is short-lived, and you find yourself right back where you started. Back to before. Break this cycle with help from Optavia. Our holistic approach includes nutrition, personal coaching, even GLP-1 options if appropriate, through our collaboration with LifeMD, so you can crush your goals and commit to transforming your weight loss journey. Say bye-bye before and hello after the after with Optavia. Learn more at optavia.com/results.
Time to check the out-of-town scoreboard. Fueled by Citgo Tri-Clean Gasoline. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. How about this, Pat? In Milwaukee today, Paul Skeens, the rookie all-star right-hander for the Pirates, 7 hitless innings. He struck out 11. And the Pirates beat the Brewers 1-0. Skeens now 6-0 with a 1.90 ERA.
We've seen him a couple of times, Zach. I don't think there's any doubt he's the real deal. As we go to the bottom of inning number 3. Now the Cubs have a 1-0 lead. Zach just reporting, Ron, you were out of the booth, that Paul Skeens, the dynamic, hard-throwing Pirates starting pitcher, the rookie, pitched 7 hitless innings today in the Pirates' win in Milwaukee. Now, didn't he do the same thing at Wrigley? 7 no-hit innings in a game about a month and a half ago?
He's thrown a lot of no-hit innings so far,
right?
Yeah. But he did, you're right, yeah. He's got deception. He's got a great arm. That ball's foul off to the right. Good breaking stuff. And, for a guy as young as he is, he's got command. So that's where, when you're throwing around 100 miles an hour and you get command of your pitches, you're going to be a handful for any team. I don't care how old you are. And he's new in the league, but that doesn't matter.
Justin Steele has not allowed any hits so far.
And just to be accurate, Skeens had 6 hitless innings against the Cubs at Wrigley Field earlier this season. He struck out 11 in that game, including the first 7 Cub hitters to start the game.
Yeah, that was on May 17. I remember that day. He was dynamite. Swinging a pop-up. It's going to be an easy out. Shallow right. Angling over Horner. And the right fielder Suzuki comes in, bangs into Horner. Nico somehow holds onto the ball. Nico lost his cap but held on to the baseball. Suzuki apparently kept his eye on the ball for too long and didn't notice that his teammate Nico Horner was there. Nico did not act really like he was phased. Suzuki ran into Nico, and Suzuki fell backwards and hit the deck.
Yeah. Now, Nico was kind of camped under this ball, and just probably a little bit taller and reaches up to make this catch. Suzuki's going to catch this ball shoulder height, and that was probably part of that reason. And that's one of those things where, the fans being in close proximity to the play probably made it difficult for them to communicate on the field verbally.
Steele now working on Cedric Mullins. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike on Mullins, hitting .214. We're going to make our attendance guesses in the Penny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Fly ball to right, playable for Suzuki, out number 2. It was well hit, but still about 10 feet shy of the warning track, out toward right center. 2 gone here in the 3rd. Cubs lead 1-0, and the batter is James McCann.
You got to like the way Justin has thrown the ball going through the first time through this lineup. McCann hitting 9th, so he's not totally through the lineup, but 8 hitters. And you've given up no hits and 8 hitters. That's usually pretty good.
McCann will take high. I'll go ahead and start the guesses.
All
I'm going
right.
to say 22,122. 22122. And the 1-0 from the Cub left-hander, swing and a miss.
Zach, you got a guess?
I'm going to go 20,694.
All right, here we go, James. You're done, man.
Now, somehow I seem to have gotten a hold of somebody else's full packet of commercial reads.
Oh, really?
Here is a swing and a miss, and the count now 1-2. And one of these might be yours, Ron.
Yeah, I think it is. Unless you're feeling the need to double up, we can.
Here comes the 1-2, bounce toward third and foul. No, I wouldn't think of stealing your thunder in that manner. Cubs trying to sweep the series. Oh, what pitching the Cubs have had. A shutout last night, a collaborative shutout. The win going to Shota Imanaga. Jamison Tyone pitched very well in his win on Tuesday night. He just can't pitch much better than what we've seen in this series. It's as simple as that.
Well, now I have some friends in town from Lockport who have come to the series here, and they're taking credit for the Cubs' good fortune here in Baltimore.
McCann strikes out swinging. A curveball got him. 1-2-3 for Steele, his second strikeout of the game. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. We'll get back to that in a minute. We go to inning number 4. Cubs 1, Orioles nothing. On The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Every home run and double play is called by Pat and Ron on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
This summer, take a trip down memory lane with me and hear from the legends of baseball. I'm Brett Boone from the Brett Boone Podcast. Every week I have a conversation with one of baseball's greats to talk about the glory days and reflect on today's game. Randy Johnson, Pete Rose, Deion Sanders, Jay Buhner, Albert Bell, and Goose Gossage, they've all shared their wisdom with stories of their playing days. To hear who's next, follow and listen to the Brett Boone Podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
1, 2, 3, 4. Those are numbers, but you already knew that. If you want to know what number you're going to pay each month for your car, use Kelly Blue Book My Wallet on Auto Trader. They're really good at numbers. Auto Trader.
Did you know you can see your favorite score shows on YouTube and Twitch? Watch Mully and Haw, Bernstein and Holmes, and Parkins and Spiegel do their shows live weekdays from 5:30 a.m. until 6 p.m. Just go to YouTube or Twitch and search 670 The Score. Then get inside the studio to watch the best Chicago sports talk live. Experience Mully and Haw, Bernstein and Holmes, and Parkins and Spiegel like you never have before. Just go to YouTube or Twitch and search 670 The Score to get started today.
1-0 Cubs over the Orioles as we get set for the top of the fourth. The fourth inning is sponsored by Wintrust, the exclusive home of Cubs checking. Pat?
Zach, thank you. Cubs out hitting Baltimore 2-0 and lead in the pay column 1-0. An RBI double by Seiya Suzuki in the third is the difference. Albert Suarez working on Christopher Morel. The first pitch missing. And the 1-0 delivery to Christopher. Curveball is outside, 2-0. Morel, the designated hitter. DHs for the Cubs, sponsored by BBQ Authority. Visit BBQ Authority in Lisle. Fastball strike. Thought Morel might be jumping on that 2-0 fastball. He let it go. It's kind of borderline down near the knees. And now the 2-1. Morel looks at a curve, had a good look, and laid off the pitch outside. Boy, if he can learn to lay off that one on a regular basis, that would be a huge help for him.
All young hitters, that's the final step, right? Is not chasing those pitches, especially that breaking ball down in a way that's close.
3-1 foul back, got a fastball to hit, and he took a big rip. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. I told you we'd get back to this one. Sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. The 3-2 is down low. Didn't miss by much. Suarez wanted that pitch. I think the catcher McCann also did. John Bacon is explaining to McCann. And now Bacon is yelling over at the dugout saying, let's put some pork on your fork.
Yeah. He almost put it on his forearm. Uh-huh.
Short lead by Morel at first. Here's a drive into deep left center. Going back is Hayes. Back near the left center field fence. Hayes makes the catch. Right in front of the wall. Dansby Swanson gave it a long ride. Right in front of the 376 sign. Missed a home run by about 5 feet. And that is out number 1.
Well, I thought this ball had a chance as it was drifting more towards the bullpen area. If it goes 5 feet the other way, it's 398. In front of the bullpen, 376, caught right in front of the 376 sign for an out.
Now as Mastroboni hits a high fly ball to right center, very playable. Right fielder will give way to the center fielder, Mullins. Mullins makes an easy catch, and that's out number 2. Cubs leading 1-0 in the 4th, and the batter, Pete Crow Armstrong.
And designated hitters tonight, and that's Christopher Morel, sponsored by BBQ Authority. Visit BBQ Authority in Lisle.
Morel has speed. He's not yet a big base stealer, but he might be in the future. He's got the wheels to be a base stealer. Here's Crow Armstrong taking outside. You got the number 8 man up there with 2 outs. Why not?
Yeah, no, I would agree. Absolutely.
Morel 7 steals. He's been caught 4 times. He's got his lead. He's not going. Crow Armstrong pops it up foul. This ball is going to be over near the dugout and out of play. Another base on balls in the inning, and another reminder that walks by opposing pitchers are sponsored by North Shore Adult Diapers, reassuringly strong protection for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com.
And I'll make my guess quickly. How about 20,400 for the attendance game, Benny's?
Okay, Zach has to make his guess, and then we'll be all set. Tim Jones is our engineer here in Baltimore. We've enjoyed working with Tim these 3 games. The runner goes to pitch out. The throw to second, and out at second base is Morel. Close play. The Cubs might want to take another look at it. Greg Counsell looking back as if to say, do we want to watch it again? Nope. They pitched out. You don't see many pitch outs these days, but we saw one there, and it paid off in a good throw and a tag at second base. Close play. Cubs don't score. We go to the bottom of inning number 4. It remains Cubs 1, Baltimore nothing. This is the score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
At Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, every journey is unique, but they all have the same destination: ability. Choose the #1 rehabilitation hospital. Choose Shirley Ryan Ability Lab.
Get back on your weight loss journey with Optavia. Our holistic approach focuses on the whole person, so you can commit to transforming your weight loss journey. Say bye-bye before and hello after the after. Learn more at optavia.com/results.
Baseball is in full swing. NBA playoffs are heating up, and your NFL team is gearing up for training camp. Listen to the latest on the teams you love here on the Odyssey app. The biggest sports radio stations in the country, providing unrivaled local coverage of their teams, all in one place. Exclusive interviews with players, coaches, and team executives, streaming live and always available on demand. Stay in the know with your favorite teams right here on the Odyssey app.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on Auto Trader. Just you wait. Auto Trader.
Who do you stand up for? MasterCard and Stand Up to Cancer are empowering everyone, everywhere, to stand up together in support of those who've been affected by cancer. Culminating on July 16th, catch a special moment at the 2024 MLB All-Star Game, where fans, players, and folks way beyond the stadium will stand together in solidarity. Go to priceless.com/SU2C to find out all of the ways you can support. That's priceless.com/SU2C. Standing up for the people we love. Priceless.
League leaders are sponsored by the Village of New Lenox, leading the way in residential and economic development. Stephen Kwan of the Guardians leads the majors in batting average, 361. Aaron Judge, 32 home runs. He also leads the league in RBIs with 83.
Gunnar Henderson bounces one slowly to third, playing shallow. Mastroboni gloves it. Quick throw to first in time. You don't see a third baseman run, and tell me this, if this is true when you played, a guy with 27 home runs at the plate, and you're playing in shallow?
Yeah, you don't see that often. I would agree to that.
But he was in on the grass, and Miles had a routine play on that little chopper. 10 in a row, set down by Steele to begin his night of work. Nobody has reached against him yet. Adley Rutschman takes a strike. Rutschman bounced out to Swanson at short his first time, takes upstairs. Cubs trying to sweep the series. They've won 5 of their last 6 overall, going back to the 4th of July. 1-1 pulled foul on the ground past third. Maybe this is the stretch of consistent good play that we've been all waiting for about 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it goes back to, there's a couple keys. The starting pitching has been there the whole time. And, if you can, and the Cubs play pretty good defense. But if you don't hit, you put your pitching staff in a very tough predicament to, not giving up any runs, or else, you end up, you're not going to win. It's just that simple. And Justin Steele pretty much is that guy. He's got 1 win on the year, and the only win he's got is a complete game victory.
And that was his last outing.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2, popped up, foul, and out of play. It was great to see Brandon Hyde. You and I and Jim DeShays were walking in from the bus to the ballpark, and he was in one of the alleyways downstairs under the stadium. And we caught up with Brandon for a minute or two. What a great guy he is. Happy for him. Baltimore manager, former Cubs coach. Bouncer to third, fielded by Mastroboni. He gets it over to first in time. 11 in a row set down by Steele. Cubs lead 1-0 in the 4th, and the batter is Ryan Mountcastle.
Well, and for Brandon, he waited his time to get an opportunity. And when he got the opportunity to come to Baltimore, he interviewed really well. He had a really good plan, and he's a great personality for a team that was in transition. And he went through the transition and got them into a winning way of playing, whether you had the talent on the team or not. Now you got the talent, and he's got this way of playing, and it's working. And it's working really well.
Fly ball shallow right. Suzuki comes in, makes a diving try. It gets behind him, and advancing to second is Mountcastle. A little humpback line drive near the right field line. Suzuki came in, thought about making a dive. He never did really leave his feet and make a dive. He kind of tried to shoestring it on the run, and it got past him, and that's going to be a double.
Yeah,
had he dove on, I think he might have caught that ball.
He might have, absolutely. He reaches down off his left foot to try to catch this ball, and it hits him in the thumb of the glove. And he deflects it a little bit, but is unable to come up with it.
It's a 2-base hit for Mountcastle, the first base runner against Steele. Santander bounces one to short. To his left, Swanson gloves, throws, gets him. Good play by Dansby. And the inning quickly comes to an end. No runs on a hit, a man left. We go to inning number 5. Zach Zaidman joins Ron Coomer in a moment. Cubs 1, Baltimore nothing. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game all season long right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
How many Rock and Roll Hall of Famers have been on the Talk is Jericho podcast with me, Chris Jericho? Well, gee, let's see how many I can name off the top of my head. Metallica, Kiss, Slash, and Duff from Guns N' Roses, Angus Young, Brian Johnson from AC/DC, Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You want more? I got so many more, but I'm all out of time right now. So come rock with me, Chris Jericho, on Talk is Jericho. Listen to and follow now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Get back on your weight loss journey with Optavia. Our holistic approach focuses on the whole person, so you can commit to transforming your weight loss journey. Say bye-bye before and hello after the after. Learn more at Optavia.com/results.
What happens when 2 Score shows meet? You get a Score Classic, Score Transition. First at 10 a.m., Mully and Haw meet Bernstein and Holmes. Then at 2, Bernstein and Holmes hand the mic off to Parkins and Spiegel.
What's broken? And I realized I think I know what it is. They knew they needed more from the get-go.
You think the guys in the dugout?
Yeah. Because they knew they needed another slugger with home run pop. They knew they needed back of the bullpen dominance, and they didn't go into the season with any real help in that regard. They came back with the same bunch and
Are you saying that's causal? What does it matter if they know it or not?
Because over the past 2 months, as Jed has been saying, 2 weeks became 4, became 6, became 8. He didn't do a damn thing. And they knew he wasn't going to do a damn thing because he believed in the team, believed in his whole thing.
His vision.
It's the magic of Score Transition. Weekdays at 10 and 2 on Sports Radio 670 The Score. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
The pitch clock is powered by Work Zone Safety. Make sure you follow Work Zone signs. It's not a game. Top of the 5th, Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Orioles as Albert Suarez steals and Armstrong fouls it back. 0-1 the count. Crow Armstrong was at the plate in the top of the 4th when Christopher Morel was caught stealing to end the frame. Now the 0-1. PCA looks at a breaking ball for a strike in the hole. 0-2. Crow Armstrong flied out to right in his first at-bat in the second. He's 0 for 1. Here comes the 0-2 delivery by Suarez. Fouled out of play off to the left by Crow Armstrong.
And a pitch clock reminder. Pitch clock is powered by Work Zone Safety. Make sure you follow Work Zone signs. It's not a game.
PCA on the year, hitting just under 200. Here's the pitch. Up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now he's going the right direction. I can tell you that. He's starting to learn how to control the barrel of his bat. And he's starting to use the other side of the diamond and letting that ball carry a little bit, a little deeper.
Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the glove. Strike 3. Crow Armstrong is retired. 1 away.
And Mully and Haw talk Cubs and Chicago sports every weekday morning, 5:30 to 10 on 670 The Score and the Odyssey app. I will be on with those boys early tomorrow morning since we've had a travel day.
A lot to talk about when it comes to the Cubs, right?
Yeah, it's been a pretty incredible turnaround over the last week compared to what we talked about a week ago, right? I mean, you talk about a flip of the way the team has played. It's pretty incredible.
Tomas Nido swings and misses at the first offering from Albert Suarez. The next pitch is hit on the ground. A backhanded knockdown at deep short by Henderson. And Nido will have an infield single. Tried a little sliding Dansby Swanson style backhand pick of that ball. Just knocked it down, was unable to pick it clean. And Nido has a hit.
Second ball, Nido's hit hard. He hit a line drive bullet to Santander and right. And now this ball hit hard in the hole. So Nido's hit the ball on the screws twice.
Now the batter, Nico Horner. He looks at the ball high and outside. 1-0 the count. Cubs with a 1-0 lead over the Orioles. It's the finale of a 3-game set. We're in the top half of the 5th inning. 1 on, 1 out for the Cubs. Horner is 0 for 1 and was hit by a pitch. Suarez deals outside, 2-0. It's the Potawatomi Casino Hotel 5th inning. Light up your senses. But yeah, to your point, Cubs have won back-to-back series. They're looking for their first road sweep of the season tonight here in Baltimore. They've won 5 of 6 heading into tonight's ball game. Suarez takes a peek at first. Nito's not going to run. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner for strike. A cut fastball from Suarez. 2-1. Nico stands deep in the box, right-handed hitter. Hits out of a crouch. The right-hander Suarez kicks and delivers. A bouncing ball hit to third, past the third baseman Westberg. This will roll all the way near the corner. On his way to third base, Nito, and cruising into second base with a stand-up double, Nico Horner.
Well, I think this ball surprises Westberg at third. He did not get a good break or did not see this ball well off the bat. And then he has to retreat and try to fall and back in this ball. And sometimes there's certain pitches with the stands, you don't see the ball off the bat well, and I think that was one of these. But Nico ends up with a double as that ball bounces down towards the corner. And now the Cubs, with only 1 out, have 2 men in scoring position.
Time called. Orioles pitching coach Drew French heading out to the mound to have a conversation with the entire Orioles infield, as well as the pitcher Suarez and the catcher McCann. Cubs threatening. They have men at second and third. 1 away, and Michael Busch due up. Busch has had a whale of a series. 6 hits over the first 2 games. He walked his last time up and then scored a run on an RBI double by Seiya Suzuki, and that's where we stand. 1-0 Cubs here in the 5th.
Powwow's over, and this is about going back on the attack. And with what pitch, that's probably the scouting report against Busch, since he's been hot. With Seiya on deck with the base open. And we're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, powered by ETF, partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Busch stands in, left-handed batter. The right-hander Suarez deals, and that pitch is low and outside. He missed with a slow-moving breaking ball. 1-0 the count. Close pitch. Busch entered play hitting better than 400 over his last 7 games. Now the pitch. Fouled out of play. Off to the left. 1-1 the count. Busch on the year hitting at .274, 12 home runs, 34 RBIs. The number 2 hitter in the Cubs order. Here's the 1-1. A breaking ball outside. 2-1.
Baltimore playing their infield in, and that is all about this series and about the Cubs starting pitcher Justin Steele. They know runs are tough to come by against Justin.
The 2-1 drill down the right field line. It'll drop in and roll all the way to the wall. This will bring home 2. Nito scores around third. Following him home is Horner. 2-run stand-up double for Michael Busch, and the Cubs extend the lead. Now up 3-0 over the Orioles here in the 5th.
Now back-to-back doubles here in this 5th inning for the Cubs. Nico down the left field line. Michael Busch into right field down the line. Bushy hammers this ball. This ball one-hops the right field wall. So Michael Busch continues his hot hitting. He's been on base twice now, and now he's driven in 2. Cubs up 3-0.
And the batter is Seiya Suzuki. Here's the pitch. Looks at a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1 the count. 3-0 Cubs. Just 1 away here in the top half of the 5th inning. Michael Busch with a 2-run double moments ago. Suzuki 1 for 2. Powerful right-handed batter hits out of a crouch. Suarez deals, and Suzuki pops it foul out of play off to the right. In the hole, 0-2.
Hitting with runners in scoring position has been the Achilles heel of the Cubs over the last 2 months, and that has dramatically changed over the last week.
Suzuki waits. The pitch is low and outside. 1-2 the count. Anytime a Cub is safe at the plate, it's sponsored by Grainger. Think safety, think Grainger. 2 Cubs safe at the plate here in this 5th inning. They're up 3-0. Bush at second, 1 down. Suzuki at the plate with a 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Hit in the air, foul out of play off to the right.
And all opponents' pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs, and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com.
Sayas stands in. He waits for the 1-2 delivery. A long set and the pitch. Breaking ball, popped up, foul out of play off to the right. So they'll do it again.
Sayas spoiled a couple high breaking balls in this at bat.
Suzuki on the year hitting at 260. 40 RBIs on the year. The pitch. Line drive, smoked in the left center field. That's a base hit. Around third and cruising home, Michael Busch on his way to second base. Seiya Suzuki, RBI double, and the Cubs continue to deliver with runners in scoring position. They're now up 4-0 over the Orioles here in the 5th.
A single and 3 consecutive doubles here in this 5th inning. And the Cubs with 3 runs now here in the 5th. And it goes right back to quality at bats. You know, getting a pitch you can handle and not elevating it too much, but hitting a line drive. And the Cubs are finding the gaps and finding some holes.
Now Ian Happ stands in. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Pitch, inside, ball 1.
First, Suzuki gets to third, and now you'd love to get a big 2-out single or hit from Morel to drive in this 4th run in the inning.
Morel's 0 for 1 with a walk. He's riding a 6-game hitting streak, though, entering play tonight. He homered in last night's ball game. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch. A bouncing ball hit to second, fielded cleanly by Mateo. His throw to first in time, and that ends the top half.
Hi, I'm PJ Vogt, here to tell you about my podcast called Search Engine, voted one of the best new podcasts by Time Magazine, Vogue, and The Economist. We answer fascinating questions about business, tech, and history. Questions like, who should be in charge of artificial intelligence? Or, how did ADHD medication get so popular so fast? Listen and follow Search Engine with PJ Vogt and Odyssey Podcast. Available now on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Who do you stand up for? MasterCard and Stand Up to Cancer are empowering everyone, everywhere, to stand up together in support of those who've been affected by cancer. Culminating on July 16th, catch a special moment at the 2024 MLB All-Star Game, where fans, players, and folks way beyond the stadium will stand together in solidarity. Go to priceless.com/SU2C to find out all of the ways you can support. That's priceless.com/SU2C. Standing up for the people we love. Priceless. What happens when two score shows meet? You get a Score Classic, Score Transition. First at 10 a.m., Mully and Haw meet Bernstein and Holmes. Then at 2, Bernstein and Holmes hand the mic off to Parkins and Spiegel.
So the Cubs will keep winning. They're playing a little better.
They are. They've been playing pretty well.
Too little, too late?
No, I think that you could at least start back to having discussions of, do you add or do you subtract?
I also think the way they began the trip was ideal. When you spread the game out and you give yourself an opportunity to get your pitching set. Like, there's no excuses. The whole season they've been chasing. The whole season they have been in situations, they've been reacting instead of acting. It's like, well, we would have started this guy, but then this guy got hurt, and then we had to do this, and this game was close, and we blew this save, and now we're here. So now, okay, now you're finally ahead of it.
Yeah.
Now go make it matter.
It's the magic of Score Transition, weekdays at 10 and 2 on Sports Radio 670 The Score. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
On Tuesday, July 23rd, the Cubs take on the Brewers at 7:05 in the evening. Up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans receive a special edition Nico Horner pin. Purchase tickets at Cubs.com. The batter, Jordan Westburg, here in the last of the fifth, and he looks at a fastball for a strike from Justin Steele. Cubs with a 4-0 lead over Baltimore. Cubs scoring 3 times in the top half of this frame. Steele deals. The pitch is popped up. Right side, foul territory. Bush behind the bag makes the catch. 1 away, the first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. Steele has allowed just 1 hit so far this evening. A double in the fourth to Ryan Mountcastle, and you could say that was a ball that might have been misplayed by Seiya out there.
Yeah, that was a catchable ball. There's no doubt.
So 1 down. Here's Austin Hayes, right-handed batter, and he looks at a strike from Steele, a fastball.
Well, we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast how for teams that haven't seen Steele, he just has some deception to his motion.
This one pulled deep left, Hap on his horse, and he makes a backhanded running catch just short of the track, angling toward the corner. Nice play, 2 away.
Ian gets on this ball in a hurry, and it's hit, and it's got topspin, and it's going into the corner. And now if he doesn't catch this ball, the Cubs are in trouble. It's probably going to be a 3-base hit because it's going to hit the angled part of the wall going out towards left and kind of bounce all around, and Ian would have to go chase it. But he makes a nice running catch on this ball.
Now Jorge Mateo drives one to left, diving Hap, and this one gets by him. It'll roll all the way to the near track. Mateo stops at second base as Pete Crow-Armstrong quickly backs up Hap and gets the ball back into the infield. A double for Mateo. It comes with 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Well, Ian made a nice catch and then took the risk on the next one. Just a couple pitches later, he comes in, dives for this ball, but it bounces about 2 feet in front of him. Cannot block it, and it goes out to the wall. Good thing Pete Crow-Armstrong was backing up the play, and it ends up holding Hayes to a double. Or Mateo to a double, I'm sorry.
Cedric Mullins at the plate. It's okay, we're human. Mateo at second. Mullins swings and misses.
Glad you feel that.
Today I'm perfect. Well, you'll be waiting for quite a while, Coom. Let's put it that way. Cubs with a 4-0 lead over Baltimore. Pitch. Tap foul at the plate. So Mullins in the hole, 0-2. Crow-Armstrong is going to get some significant playing time now in center field. That has been the case prior to that brief thumb issue that he dealt with over the weekend. But now that Cody Bellinger has been placed on the injured list with the fractured left middle finger, so until that recovers, PCA is going to get the majority of the playing time in center. Say is going to see a lot of time in right. Here's the 0-2. Mullins swings and misses. Strike 3. And that ends the 5th inning. Mateo stranded at second base. After 5, it's the Cubs with a 4-0 lead over the Orioles here in Baltimore. On the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Anything can happen anytime in any game right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Aloha, everyone. John Heilman here, and on my new podcast, In Politics with John Heilman, we roam the corridors of power and influence in America, talking with the people who shape our culture in politics, entertainment, tech, sports, media, and beyond, along with the journalists and authors who chronicle their exploits. The folks who shift and sway our culture are a rare breed indeed, and even rarer are the conversations on In Politics with John Heilman. So follow and listen to In Politics with John Heilman, an Odyssey podcast in partnership with Puck, available now on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
1, 2, 3, 4. Those are numbers, but you already knew that. If you want to know what number you're going to pay each month for your car, use Kelly Blue Book My Wallet on Auto Trader. They're really good at numbers. Auto Trader.
Picture yourself in Indiana this summer, the perfect blend of adventure and relaxation. Paddle across picturesque lakes, hike through breathtaking views, and make a splash in our water parks. Discover the beauty of our beaches as you stroll along miles of sandy shoreline and enjoy live music, local flavors, and endless fun at our festivals. With countless outdoor activities, Indiana is the perfect summer destination. Start your planning at inindiana.com/summer.
Make the holidays spectacular with Moulin Rouge the Musical. Winner of 10 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. The New York Times calls it glittering, gasp-inspiring. In Moulin Rouge, life is beautiful. Give the gift of Broadway's most spectacular night out. Book now at MoulinRougeMusical.com.
Dansby Swanson is on deck. Who's on deck is sponsored by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply today at OnDeck.com. And guys, today's Woodman's home run inning contestant is Catherine Payne from McHenry, who will win the Woodman's gift card jackpot of $1,050. If a North Sider hits a home run this inning, you can enter with a QR code at any Chicago area Woodman's. Good luck, Catherine. Today's Woodman's home run inning contestant, service and savings. That's Woodman's. Pat?
Zach, thank you. Cole Irvin, a left-handed pitcher, has entered the ball game for Baltimore. Starter Albert Suarez went 5, touched for 4 runs on 6 hits. Cubs lead 4-0. Dansby Swanson first up here in the 6th inning. Takes a fastball down low. Cubs having their best series of the year. Down low for a ball, 2-0 on Dansby. He is 0 for 2, struck out and flied to left.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement. Absolutely.
He's scored first in every game. They've had excellent pitching, good defense, good timely hitting. I heard you and Zach talking about the clutch hitting in that 5th inning. Boy, that was something to see. The 2-1 hit in the air, deep right center. Back goes Mullins to the center field fence. That ball is long gone. Dansby Swanson with a long home run to right center, more towards center than right, but long gone. He got all of that one, and the Cubs now lead 5-0.
Dansby finally breaks through. He's hit a few balls in Chicago with the wind blowing in that did not go out of the ballpark. He hit a ball yesterday to the 398 spot that didn't go out of the park, and then one today right to the wall in left center. And finally, this one a little more towards right center, but center field in a long home run. And he has been swinging the bat well, as we talked about earlier. He's been squaring the ball up and a lot of line drives off the bat of Dansby Swanson. Love that right center shot.
That was a long home run. Probably 10, 12 rows deep in the stands. I'm surprised Mullins even ran back. There was no chance of that one staying in the yard. Miles Mastrobuoni will take outside. For Swanson, his 9th of the year, 29th run batted in. Cubs lead 5-0. Out hitting Baltimore 7-2. Lefty to lefty as Mastrobuoni gets into the act with a line drive base hit over a leaping shortstop Henderson. And it's a single for Miles Mastrobuoni. And the batter is Pete Crow Armstrong.
Now Cubs continue to keep banging away. You know, that 5th inning, they had 4 straight hits at one time, 3 straight doubles, and now this inning, back-to-back hits, a home run, and now a line drive single to center.
Ron, can you explain and you've had a lifetime to think about this, the contagious aspect of hitting. As Pete Crow Armstrong jabs his bat at the ball, trying to put a bunt down and misses it, and that's going to cost him a strike.
No, not really. It's one of those mysteries, and it works both ways. It's not like it's a one-way street. You know, when you're struggling as a group, it seems like everybody continues to struggle, and it's like everybody in the dugout feels the pressure. And then when that pressure is gone and everybody and your key guys start hitting and you get a couple big hits, maybe that 2-out single with bases loaded to break the ice, then everybody, the line gets moving and it's high fives, and it seems like everybody is better at bats.
Here's a ground ball wide at first, fielded by Mateo, throws to second. They get one, and that's out number one. The ball dropped by Henderson, but after he had already caught it, he was starting to transfer the ball from glove to bare hand, and that's when he dropped it. And the second base umpire, Shorewater, indicated as such on his call that he had the ball long enough, and the ball was dropped after the putout was already recorded. So one away, a man at first. Cubs lead 5-0, and the batter is Tomas Nido. Cole Irvin delivers, bouncer to short. Henderson to second one, Mateo to first. That's a double play. The inning quickly comes to an end, but a home run by Dansby Swanson increases the Cubs lead. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Cubs 5, Baltimore 0. This is The Score on the Cubs Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Justin Steele. Listen to every game here on Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Join us in celebrating the red, white, and beautiful at the Dania Furniture 4th of July sale. For a limited time, save up to 60% on select Nordic-inspired furniture and decor, plus incredible savings on sofas, sectionals, and accent chairs. It's the perfect time to brighten up your space for summer. Shop our Northbrook location or shop online at daniafurniture.com. Dania Furniture. We make it simple. You make it home.
It's the most anticipated WNBA season in history.
And you know what that means. Court is back in session.
Welcome to Queens of the Court, an Odyssey original podcast.
I'm your girl, Cheryl Swoop.
And I'm Jordan Robinson. All WNBA season long, we'll be bringing you interviews with star athletes, analysis on your favorite teams,
and lots of hot takes.
Order in the court.
Follow and listen to Queens of the Court on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Who do you stand up for? MasterCard and Stand Up to Cancer are empowering everyone, everywhere, to stand up together in support of those who've been affected by cancer. Culminating on July 16th, catch a special moment at the 2024 MLB All-Star Game, where fans, players, and folks way beyond the stadium will stand together in solidarity. Go to priceless.com/SU2C to find out all of the ways you can support. That's priceless.com/SU2C. Standing up for the people we love. Priceless.
With Dansby Swanson's home run in the top half of the sixth inning, we want to congratulate Catherine Payne from McHenry, who just won $1,050 in gift cards courtesy of Woodman's. Service and savings, that's Woodman's. Congratulations, Catherine. Pat?
Boy, this is an exciting time of the broadcast, Zach. Plus, right after the pork on the fork spot by Ron Coomer, and now a big winner.
That $1,000 at Woodman's, that'll put a little pork on your fork.
What was her name again, Zach?
Catherine Payne from McHenry.
Yeah.
Very good. Nice going, Catherine.
Yeah.
Here comes the 1-1 from Justin Steele. Fastball is taken high by the right-handed batting James McCann.
And who's the umpire tonight, Pat? Home plate?
This is John Bacon.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe that was where the pork reference came earlier in the game.
Yeah.
At least that was my attempt.
Yeah, no, it was very good.
Here is a swing and a foul down the left field line. We're getting very close to a station ID break. A home run by Swanson in the top of the inning. Another hefty home run, sponsored by Hefty, the official trash bag of the Chicago Cubs. Hefty strong all day long. Curveball got him looking. Strike 3 call. McCann can't. And he's out number 1. Let's pause 10 for ID. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams on the Parkins and Spiegel Show, afternoons 2 to 6 on The Score, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, on Odyssey Sports Station.
Gunnar Henderson takes high with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer. Pat Hughes at Oriole Park at Camden Yards in Baltimore. Zach Zaidman working alongside. Tim Jones, our engineer at the controls. Cubs will head to St. Louis after the game. 4 games against the Redbirds starting tomorrow night. Fly ball, playable, left center, shallow. Coming in is Pete Crow Armstrong, but it's Ian Happ's call and his catch. And that's out number 2. Crow Armstrong's very youthful, very aggressive. If it's anywhere in his zip code, he's going to try to catch it.
That's meaning green grass in the outfield. That's what you're meaning by that. No. The other guys do have gloves, Pete.
You'd like to see his exuberance, though. I really do like to watch his hustle, his aggressiveness.
That's something I would say in the dugout. That would be a dugout, and he came in, I'd like, Pete, just so you know, the other guys have gloves. They got a glove contract, too.
Fly ball to right. This should be caught by Suzuki. Waiting near the track, right center, gloves it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Justin Steele. He is rolling along. We move to the 7th inning. Cubs 5, Baltimore nothing. This is The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer bring you all the action on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
I'm former Major League All-Star Brett Boone. Join me on my podcast to take a dive into the world of baseball with exclusive interviews, inside stories, and expert analysis. Follow and listen to the Brett Boone Podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Get back on your weight loss journey with Optavia. Our holistic approach focuses on the whole person, so you can commit to transforming your weight loss journey. Say bye-bye before and hello after the after. Learn more at Optavia.com/results.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Picture yourself in Indiana this summer, the perfect blend of adventure and relaxation. With countless outdoor activities, Indiana is the perfect summer destination. Start your planning at inindiana.com/summer.
When you compete at the highest level, quality makes a difference in every product you take to the course. Go to SeeBetterPlayBetter.com to learn why more touring golf professionals are putting Shaden Precision Eyewear into competition. That's SeeBetterPlayBetter.com.
Cubs baseball brought to you by Xfinity. The first out in each of the final 6 innings. Sponsored by Xfinity as Nico Horner leads off the 7th and fouls it away. You know you can stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. Horner takes inside for a ball. Nico hit by a pitch. Has also flied out to center and doubled and scored a run. Here's the pitch to Nico. Lined into right field, a base hit. His second knock of the game. Nico with a 5-hit series, 5 for 14. The entire lineup clicking nicely in this entire series against a strong Baltimore team.
Top of the 7th inning here in Baltimore. Nico is first hitter with a single. The Cubs have 9 hits and knocked in 5 runs so far.
Here's Michael Busch, had a clutch 2-run double. That's probably the biggest single blow of the game. His double turned a 2-0 lead into a 4-0 lead. Let me correct that. He turned a 1-0 lead into a 3-0 lead. And that came back in the 5th inning. Lefty to lefty now. Irvin's pitch to Busch. Curve is outside. 1-1. Seventh inning being sponsored by Volvo Plug-in Hybrid Vehicles. Electric cars with a backup plan. Visit your local retailer to learn more. Irvin's pitch. Bush will take upstairs, 2-1. Just had a picture of the great Cal Ripken in attendance here tonight. Just thinking about a radio passage that we put on one of our Baseball Voices series, Ron, with John Miller, the great Hall of Fame voice of the Giants. Here's a ground ball to short, fielded by Henderson. He will step on second and then have no throw to first. Bush bounces into a fielder's choice. Horner out at second, 6 unassisted. And the batter, Seiya Suzuki. The night that Cal Ripken broke Lou Gehrig's record, which was game number 2,131 consecutively. It's amazing even to think about it.
Yeah.
But in that game, around the fourth inning, before the game became an official game, Cal Ripken homered.
Yeah.
And John Miller calls it. And not only that, the president of the United States, Bill Clinton, is on the air with John Miller at that moment.
How about that? Yeah, that was some moment in Major League Baseball, that's for sure. Cal doing a complete lap around the stadium in the middle of the game, no less.
Here's the pitch on the way. Suzuki hits one to deep center. Back goes Mullins near the center field fence. It's off the fence and bouncing back toward the infield. Racing around third is Bush. He will score. Suzuki to third, a sliding triple. Cubs have scored again. Suzuki just missed a home run to dead center. Mullins made the leaping try run and fell down, so that took him out of the play. It required the left fielder, Hayes, to come all the way over as a backup, and by the time he could get it back in, a run had scored on a 3-base hit.
But once again, the Cubs just swinging the bats. A single, a ground out, and now a triple to drive in another run for the Cubs. 6-0 Cubs. Cubs with 10 hits in the ballgame.
Now the infield in. Ian Happ with another RBI opportunity. Every time the Cubs earn a triple, which Suzuki did just now, a reminder, Scott Levy's Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin will donate to the Northern Illinois Food Bank. Visit solvehungertoday.org. Fastball is high to Ian Happ. Thanks to Zach Zaidman for making me aware of that particular spot. We don't see many triples, so sometimes they kind of slip by you unnoticed. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A bullet fair inside first down the right field line. It's another extra base hit and another RBI for Happ as he pulls in at second with a double. And the Cubs have scored again and lead 7-0. Save some of these for St. Louis.
Boy, I'm telling you, the Cubs are just banging the ball. And, you know, to me, it's just amazing. And we were talking about an inning ago. What happens, right, when a team is struggling in offense and then when a team is going so good, what is it? Well, we're seeing some really free swings, aggressive at-bats, and, you know, it's just amazing. A week and a half ago, Cubs were struggling to get hits. Now they're just banging the ball and scoring runs against the top team in the American League coming into this series.
Cubs on the brink of quite possibly sweeping this 3-game series, now leading by 7 runs. We're in the 7th inning. They are out hitting Baltimore 11-2. But, Ron, you put it well. It's the contagious aspect of hitting from all levels. And this goes from the big leagues all the way down to kids 8, 9, 10 years old playing Little League and Pee Wee League. It's a mystery why the whole team gets hits or none of the team gets hits. And I don't think I've ever met anyone smart enough to explain it. It's got to be a lot in your mind.
Yeah.
That's A.
Well, and I think there's good. What I've seen in this series from the Cubs offense is great approaches at the plate throughout. Now, the Cubs have hit a few home runs in this series. They hit a couple in game 1. They hit one yesterday. But the overall run production has come from slashing balls all over the yard, opposite field hits, quality at bats, good base runners.
Morrell takes a strike from Cole Irvin.
And to me, not making the routine out, there was for so long, it was a simple ground ball to short, to hopper, routine fly balls over and over. And now you're seeing guys get on top of the ball, a lot more line drives, and you're not seeing that miss-hit fly ball over and over in the routine, that kind of smothered hook swing. That's a routine ground ball to short or third.
2-2 to Morrell, hit in the air to center, playable for Mullins. The left-handed center fielder makes the catch, and that's going to be out number 2. Holding at second is Happ. Extra base hits, I'm counting, Ron, have driven in every run.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Extra base knocks. How about that? Have driven in all 7 tallies for the Cubs tonight.
In one solo home run, right? So it's not, the big 3-run bomb.
Dansby Swanson lines one to right center. That's a base hit. He's going to get another RBI. Coming in to score, Ian Happ. Cubs lead 8-0. And there are some Cub fans here in Baltimore. Many of them situated behind that Cubs third base dugout, and they are delighted.
And now a line drive. Where to? Off the bat of Dansby Swanson. Right center field. Staying on the ball, above the ball, and not being underneath, and just squaring this one up and dumping it into right center.
8-0 Cubs. Here is Miles Mastrobuoni. So Dansby, the first man to drive in a run on something other than an extra base knock. That's his second RBI of the game, his 30th of the year. And now lefty to lefty to Mastrobuoni. He pulls the ground ball to first. Mountcastle makes the play unassisted. And that ends the inning. But another prosperous inning for the Cubs. They score 3. And at the end of 6.5, time for the 7th inning stretch. It is the Cubs 8 and the Orioles 0. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
Gain presents a tale of longing and long-lasting scent. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Add Gain scent beads for an even longer-lasting scent.
At Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, every journey is unique. From learning to walk again after a spinal cord injury to learning to speak again after a stroke. But they all have the same destination: ability. Choose the #1 rehabilitation hospital, the one with the most advanced treatments, the brightest experts, and the most referrals for the toughest cases. Choose Shirley Ryan Ability Lab.
Get back on your weight loss journey with Optavia. Our holistic approach focuses on the whole person, so you can commit to transforming your weight loss journey. Say bye-bye before and hello after the after. Learn more at optavia.com/results.
Moving day means that you and the things that matter to you are in for a big transition. There's a lot to figure out. New closets, different counter space, change of floor plan. No worries. CubeSmart is here, so you have a place for everything. It's our job to make self-storage as easy as possible. Online or in person, this is a self-storage experience that puts the focus on you because you matter to us. With self-storage that fits seamlessly into your life, you'll have plenty of peace of mind to unpack along the way. Click now to find a self-storage solution near you.
Time to check the out-of-town scoreboard. Fueled by Citgo Dry Clean Gasoline. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Games in progress. Bottom of the 7th inning. The Phillies lead the Dodgers 4-1. It's the Rays on top of the Yankees 5-3. They're in the last of the 5th. After 4, Red Sox lead the A's 5-0. Connor Wong going deep, as well as Willier Abreu for Boston.
Just added up the run scoring in this series. Bouncer to third, charging. Mastrobuoni gloves it, running, throw to first, gets him. Beautiful play by Miles Mastrobuoni on a short Slow hopper. He charged it, short hopped it, never set the feet, made the running throw, a play you made a few thousand times, Ron.
Yeah, you don't have any room for error, no room for traveling. You got to get it, transfer, and throw a strike. And Mastrobuoni throws a good low strike about knee-high across the infield, the bush, so he can help him out and go out and stretch for that ball.
Santander lines one to deep left field. It's in the gap left center, and he'll have a double. Santander getting a two-base hit, a man at second with one away. But the scoring totals in the series, would you believe this? The Cubs are outscoring Baltimore 21-2.
Yeah, I think if you were to ask anybody before the series, if you told them that was going to be the total with this high-powered offense of Baltimore, you would probably said the opposite way. But the Cubs have come out and really just banged the baseball all series long. Been fun to watch.
Jordan Westberg, the batter, pops it up. This is going to be playable on the right side for Horner. Nico makes the call, and now the catch. Out number 2. Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. It was 89 at game time. I don't think it's cooled off dramatically since. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. 2 outs and a man at second. Hayes, the batter.
And all manager reviews and instant replays. All reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Santander leads at second. Here's a fly ball to deep left, but it's playable for Happ over near the line. In foul territory, makes the catch to end the inning. 7 strong innings for Justin Steele. We go to the 8th inning. Cubs 8, Baltimore nothing. This is the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game all season long right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
At Berman Subaru of Chicago, we're more than a car dealership. We're part of the community, and we're proud to support the people who make it great. Berman Subaru is dedicated to supporting partners like the Anti-Cruelty Society, and we're honored to receive the 2024 Subaru Love Promise Community Commitment Award. Subaru and Berman Subaru of Chicago believe in making a positive impact on the communities in which we live and work. That's the Subaru Love Promise. Berman Subaru of Chicago, more than a car dealer.
It's time to recognize you sausage-loving genius. For without you, how would we know that Eckrich smoked sausage can be eaten thrice in one day, and that you can take your lunch break before noon? Here's to you, Eckrich smoked sausage. You do you.
Moving day means you're in for a big transition. CubeSmart makes self-storage as easy as possible. Online or in person, we put the focus on you. Click now to find a self-storage solution near you.
I have a secret. I use Secret Whole Body Deodorant because more than just my armpits stink.
Oh, can I use it where my bra rubs under my...
Oh, yeah.
And what about down there? You know, my...
Totally. 4 out of 5 gynecologists would recommend it. So I tried it, and now I get 72 hours of freshness from my pits to my...
Ooh, I love that it's a spray.
Me too. And it comes in sticks and creams too. Go get your Secret Whole Body Deodorant.
Top of the 8th inning here in Baltimore. Cubs up 8-0. The 8th inning sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877. Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today, Patrick.
Pete Armstrong batting. Let's see if Pete can get himself a base hit. He's 0 for 3 in the game. Tomas Nido on deck, and then Nico Horner. Cole Irvin, the left-hander, still on the mound. Tall left-hander coming back 1-1. There's a bouncing ball to second. Slowly hit, fielded by Mateo, and that's out number 1 as he throws to first. Cubs and Cardinals, a full weekend of baseball. Always great theater when those two teams take on each other. Tomorrow night, beginning at 7:15 Central Time. Cubs have not announced their starters. Sonny Gray will pitch for St. Louis. Nito takes the strike. In fact, the Cubs have not announced their starters for any of the 4 games. The Cardinals have named in the doubleheader Lance Lynn and Kyle Gibson, not necessarily in that order. And Miles Michaelis pitches the Sunday day game beginning at 1:15. So Saturday is a day-night doubleheader. The starting times are 1:15 for the early game and then 7:15 for the evening. Swing and a miss by Nito, and he's out on strikes. And that's going to be the second out here in the 8th inning. Cubs leading 8-0. And here's Nico Horner.
You just love to hear, and love to see the momentum the Cubs have now as they're getting ready to go into St. Louis, right? You're playing your rival. You want to be playing good baseball, and you want to get back on track, and the Cubs are doing that right now. They're winning they're 6 outs away from sweeping Baltimore in Baltimore and heading to St. Louis.
Chopper foul. If the Cubs can win this game, it will give them 6 wins in their last 7 games and 4 straight wins, which would tie a season high established first back in April. Cubs swept Houston in a 3-game series at Wrigley and then beat Boston in the opener at Fenway in late April. Inside in the count 1-2. This date in baseball history, we'll take a look. Some all-star notes. Here's a bouncer to second. We'll get the history notes a bit later on. Throw to first in time. Horner bounces out. Cubs do nothing. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs 8, Orioles nothing. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This is your home for Cubs baseball all season long. This is the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Do indoor pets need flea and tick protection too? You bet your whiskers they do. Because fleas and ticks can find your pet in lots of different ways, like other pets, furniture, and the groomer. Literally everywhere. But don't worry. With Chewy Auto Ship, your pet's flea and tick meds get delivered on repeat, so your indoor pet never misses a dose of protection. After all, fleas and ticks never take a cat nap, so your pet's protection shouldn't either. Shop Chewy.com today.
Girl, I have a secret. When I get stressed out, I get sweaty. That's why I use Secret Clinical Antiperspirant. It's like my own secret weapon. For 72 hours, I get Secret's strongest protection against sweat caused by stress, heat, and activity, because you know how crazy life can get. Plus, it's made with advanced odor fighters that don't just cover up smelliness. They help prevent it from happening in the first place. Believe me, if I weren't wearing Secret, I'd be a hot, smelly mess. Thankfully, Secret works.
At Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, every journey is unique. From learning to walk again after a spinal cord injury to learning to speak again after a stroke. But they all have the same destination: ability. Choose the #1 rehabilitation hospital, the one with the most advanced treatments, the brightest experts, and the most referrals for the toughest cases. Choose Shirley Ryan Ability Lab.
Major League Baseball is taking over Texas with the game's biggest events. The action begins with the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on ESPN July 15th at 7 p.m. Central. Then catch the 94th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 16th at 6 p.m. Central on Fox. Pat?
Zach, thank you. Drew Smiley has come on to work for the Cubs. Fantastic outing again by Justin Steele. 7 shutout innings in Baltimore against one of the best offenses in all of baseball on a warm summer night, a good hitting night. He gave up 3 hits and no runs. Well done, Justin. Smiley works to the batter, and it's high and outside to Jorge Mateo.
Yeah, you really can't ask much more from Justin Steele in his last 2 outings.
I say. Swinging a foul back. The great Billy Williams is in the baseball history notes today. How about a doubleheader that Whistler had on this date, July 11, 1972? He went 3 for 3 in the opener with a home run. Here's a line drive, one hop to Mastrobuoni. Spins, throws, gets in. Nicely done. Good footwork by Miles.
Excellent play going to his left and retreats a little bit on this ball, which is a great play because then you catch it, and now it's almost a half spin instead of having you spin all the way around. Great play by Miles.
So Billy Williams in the opener of a twin bill of this state. It was at Wrigley Field. He went 3 for 3, but he was just getting warmed up. He went 5 for 5 in the nightcap. Ooh. How does that grab you? Another homer, so he had 2 homers, a double, and 5 singles. 8 for 8 in a twin bill. That's how you get yourself in Cooperstown.
Oh, my.
Here's the 1-0, a deep drive foul off to the right out of play, off the bat of Cedric Mullins.
You know what you like to do? When someone's hot like that, hit right behind him.
Although, if he's wearing out the pitcher might get a little cranky after one of his home runs, and the next batter might pay the price for that crankiness.
Yeah, you could be playing dodgeball a little bit. There's no doubt.
Here's the 1-2 pitch from Drew Smiley, pulled on the ground, foul toward first. Artie Banks, 1960 in the All-Star game on this date. He had a double and a home run, drove in 2. The Nationals beat the American Leaguers 5-3 in a game at Kansas City's Municipal Stadium.
What year was that?
1960.
60, wow.
Bruce Sutter was pitching for the Cubs as a Cub in the All-Star game on this date in 78. I could see a young Ron Coomer. You'd have been about 12 years old watching this game.
Locked in front of the TV for sure.
He retired all 5 batters he faced in the All-Star game, struck out American League home run king Jim Rice, and he got credit for the victory, 7-3 the final in the All-Star game in San Diego. Here's the 2-2. Popped up. Foul territory. It's going to be playable for Miles Mastrobuoni, running over toward the third base dugout now, makes the catch. And that is out number 2. Cubs lead 8-0. We're in the bottom of the 8th, 2 down, nobody on. Nolan Ryan recorded his 4,000th strikeout on this date in 1985.
Whenever you do anything 4,000 times in a career in baseball, it's incredible. 4,000 punch-outs.
He would go on to get over 5,000. Yeah. Here's a ground ball to the hole at short, past Dansby Swanson. He tried to slide on one knee and backhanded. He wanted to get up and make the throw, but he did not glove the ball cleanly, which, of course, is the first step of making any play as an infielder.
This ball kind of skids on him as it hits the outfield grass. Doesn't get leather on it, so it'll be a base hit. Strikeouts tonight by Cubs pitchers. They're sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealer. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai.
Here's Gunnar Henderson. Cubs on top 8-0. Lefty to lefty. Drew Smiley's pitch. Fouled away. Dansby, such a perfectionist, though, at short. Even though the Cubs lead in a lopsided game 8-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning, he still looked disappointed in himself at not making that play.
No, isn't that the truth?
There's a lesson, I think, in there, Ron.
Yeah.
Treat every play like it's a big play, no matter what the circumstance is.
Mm-hmm. Part of the lineup today, that's sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare today at southwest.com.
You know, we were talking about your all-star bid. We never really did finish that conversation, and we're not going to finish it now, unfortunately. Here's a fly ball to left, caught by Happ. Will go right to you starting the 9th inning. Orioles do nothing against Drew Smiley. We go to the 9th inning. Cubs 8, Baltimore nothing. This is The Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Jamison Tyone. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
It's time to recognize you sausage-loving genius. For without you, how would we know that Eckrich smoked sausage can be eaten thrice in one day, and that you can take your lunch break before noon? Here's to you, Eckrich smoked sausage. You do you.
Moving day means you're in for a big transition. CubeSmart makes self-storage as easy as possible. Online or in person, we put the focus on you. Click now to find a self-storage solution near you.
Hi, I'm Steve Malman. Most auto injury lawyers will tell you they don't get paid until you win, but they still gotta win. At Malman Law, we win 95% of our cases. Call 888-MALMAN-LAW or visit malmanlaw.com.
Love Smoothie King? Sip on this. Every Friday, upsize your smoothie for free. Get any 32-ounce smoothie for the price of a 20-ounce. Got 60% more protein, fruit, and veggies for free every Friday. Exclusively for Healthy Rewards members on the app.
How did Ella make her way to the top? It all started with one smart decision. She test drove a certified used truck from her local Ford dealer. It was inspected, backed by a Ford warranty, and fit her budget. A Carfax report was the cherry on top. Soon, a pinch of confidence became a truckload of ambition. Cupcakes became customers. Customers became regulars. Hola. Turns out, Ella's next great investment was herself. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you. See dealer for full program and limited warranty details.
Let's see how we did in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. The actual figure tonight. Again, a disappointingly small crowd, considering how good these Orioles are and how well they've played. 22,685. It looks like I was a little bit closer in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Ninth inning, Michael Busch batting. And he'll chop the first pitch foul by Cole Irvin.
Had stolen bases by the Cubs there, sponsored by Turo Tire. For each stolen base this season, a donation will be made to Keeping Families Covered by Turo Tire. Very nice.
Busch has scored 3 more runs. Had a clutch 2-run double in the 5th inning. He hits a high fly ball into shallow center. Mullins comes in and lost the ball. He lost that ball in the sky, and Busch has a gift double. Mullins came jogging in, did not hold his hands out as if to say, "Gentlemen, I need some help. I don't have any idea." And it landed, strangely, about 40 feet behind him over toward the right fielder.
I was kind of just casually just looking at center fielder. I just thought he was camped under it, waiting for it to come down, and then the old egg dropped, as we said, 40, 50 feet behind him. That was an odd play.
The box score tomorrow, it would look like Busch rattled the boards with a booming double. We know better.
All right.
He'll take it. Quality starts by Cubs. Quality starts by Cubs pitcher, sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Here's the pitch taken high by Suzuki. See quality come to life with Benjamin Moore paints in 3,500 colors. Visit benjaminmoore.com for a location near you. The 1-1 to Suzuki, low and in.
How about this number, Pat? 8 extra base hits for the Cubs in this game. 8.
3 by the guy at the plate, and all of them, Ron, have driven in a run. Talking about Seiya Suzuki, 2 doubles and a triple. Here comes the 2-1. He bounces one to third, fair, fielded by Westberg, and his toss across in time for out number 1. Cubs made a pitching change in the last inning. Cubs pitching changes. Those are brought to you by James Hardy, Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Who do you like for the hardest working Cubs ball player in the game? And there's probably, I would say, a lot of candidates.
There's a lot of candidates, but how about if we go with the guy that just hit, say a Suzuki with 3 extra base hits, 3 runs, 3 RBIs and a run scored. So Seiya will be our hardest working player of the game today, sponsored by Bosch Power Tools. What hard workers deserve.
Alexander Canario just activated earlier. Canario will make an appearance. He took the spot of Cody Bellinger, after Bellinger had to be placed on the injured list with a fractured finger, hit by the pitch in last night's game. Canario hits a high fly ball into right center. Mullins does not see this one. The right fielder, Santander, does. And that's going to be out number 2. And I'm looking up at the sky. I can see how Mullins would not be able to see that ball.
Yeah, it's not easy right now. It's twilight, obviously, and the ball in the sky with the clouds is really blending. It really is. And Mullins, once again, he wasn't even close to that ball. He was jogging in slightly, but he wasn't even close.
2 outs, a man at second. Cubs lead 8-0. Bouncing ball to short, fielded by Henderson, and he throws out Morrell to end the inning. The toast of the game. We'll get to the toast of the game in a moment. Toast of the game, as always, brought to you by Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. It's on to the bottom of the 9th inning. Cubs very much looking like they're going to sweep this series, leading 8-0 on the score in the Southwest Airlines Cubs radio network.
This is your home for Cubs baseball all season long. This is the Chicago Cubs radio network.
Got dings, dents, scratches, or faded paint? Mako's got you covered. Refresh your ride with your refund during our tax season event, because your car deserves to shine. Head to Mako.com to schedule your estimate today. Better get Mako.
It's time to recognize you sausage-loving genius. For without you, how would we know that Eckrich smoked sausage can be eaten thrice in one day, and that you can take your lunch break before noon? Here's to you, Eckrich smoked sausage. You do you.
Since I was little, I've broken 100 bones, and I've had 19 surgeries. Shriners Hospitals for Children was with me every step of the way.
Help children like Sebastian by joining the Shriners Children's family. When you donate, you will help provide the most amazing care to children in your community and around the world, regardless of the family's ability to pay. Show your support and give at loveshriners.org today.
Thank you. Gracias. Thank you.
The only way to be your best self is with your best help. When you have a health partner who doesn't just treat part of you, they care for all of you. At Advocate Healthcare, we're helping more people feel better than ever by making care easier, more accessible, and more complete than ever before, so that you can enjoy more of the moments you love. That's what it means to live meaningfully, to live joyfully, to live fully with Advocate Healthcare.
¿Cómo la panadería de Ella moldeó su éxito? Comenzó con una decisión inteligente. Probó una camioneta usada certificada de su concesionario Ford local. Inspeccionada, con garantía Ford, reporte Carfax y dentro de su budget. Los cupcakes atrajeron clientes y estos se hicieron regulares.
Hola.
El siguiente paso fue invertir en ella. Ford Blue Advantage, compra de autos usados hecha para ti. Consulta con tu concesionario para conocer detalles de la garantía limitada.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. Pat?
Jorge Lopez will be the new man on the mound for the Cubs. Tall, lanky right-hander. And Lopez first offering fouled away by Adley Rutschman. Jorge Lopez. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. How about a toast of the game, Ron, presented by Benny's Beverage Depot? Who do you like?
Well, I think it's a pretty easy decision, to be quite honest with you. The offense has done its job incredibly well. 8 runs, 13 hits, 8 extra base hits in this game. So the offense has absolutely done its job. But if you don't score, it's tough to lose a ball game if you keep the other team from scoring. And Justin Steele threw 7 shutout innings against one of the best offenses in baseball. And this is a big tip of the hat, not only to Justin as our toast of the game ball player, but the entire Cubs pitching staff in this series. 3 games against Baltimore. They have been outstanding against this club.
Strike 3 called. Lopez gets a strikeout. Kerstad was the pinch hitter to lead off this 9th inning.
Pat, strikeouts by Cubs pitchers, sponsored by Chicago Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai.
One down. We're in the bottom of the ninth inning. Colton Cowser is the batter. In fact, you might have heard that farm animal in the background making a mooing sound. They do call this guy the milkman.
Ooh,
and there's another animal. That guy sounded a little meaner. One away, the pitch to Cowser. And he swings and fouls it back. We were warned, or not warned, but just kind of informed that you will hear some fans making what sounds like a booing sound, but they're not booing him, they're mooing him.
The old, nothing makes you feel good going to home plate like them mooing you.
I'll take your word for it. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's outside for a ball.
See, and I thought they were saying cool. Maybe they were mooing. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Now the 1-1 from Lopez. Fouled away by Cowser. Trying to think if we have any other. I'm going to see if Zach has anything else on his mind that needs to be discussed. How about a catch of the game? Have we done a catch of the game? Sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Things aren't so hush-hush in Des Moines, where only the S's are silent. Discover the best of the Midwest at catchdesmoines.com. Strike three call. That's out number 2.
Well, we have a great catch. Nice pitch by Lopez. Back-to-back punch-outs. Looking in this inning on back-to-back breaking balls, backdoor hooks. But a great catch by Ian Happen left down the line, a running catch.
Oh, yeah. That's going to do it, Ron. Things aren't so hush-hush in Des Moines. I already read that. 2 down, nobody on.
Hush-hush, though.
And the batter is Anthony Santander. You can hear the Cub fans. And there are quite a few Cub fans as I look down behind the third base dugout area. Baltimore fans are still mooing Cowser, apparently.
That's what it is, huh?
I'll say yes.
Yeah. Maybe they're just yelling, huge.
I'm sure that's it. 2 balls and no strikes on Santander. And he hits a high pop-up foul and out of play. The at our best moment of the game. I'm going to say this discussion we're having right now. The at our best moment of the game, sponsored by Loyola Medicine. When things are at their worst, we're at our best. Loyola Medicine. Zach's post-game show to follow. It'll be a slightly abbreviated version because we have to leave town. Here's the 2-1. Fouled off to the left out of play. Orioles down to their last strike. Cubs leading 8-0. And the 2-2. Fastball is high. It really is amazing, though. You do not know what to expect in big league baseball, series to series, game to game, even inning to inning.
Yeah, it is amazing.
It's full of surprises. That's part of the fun of it, I think.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
It always keeps you guessing and wondering and being happily surprised. Sure, it's frustrating sometimes when things go the other way. Here's a swing and a foul down the right field line. But I'll tell you, just from our standpoint, this has been a tremendous amount of fun to broadcast this entire series.
I don't know if I've ever said this before on the air, but it's a lot more fun when you win than when you lose.
I will not disagree.
Yeah.
We never really did get to your time in the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of Fame, but the All-Star game. Very similar. Here's a pitch down low for ball 4.
Could be a while till I join you in the Hall of Fame, buddy.
Well,
unless I get an invite to go hang out with you in Cooperstown.
Keep plugging away. 1 away, or rather 2 down, a man at first. Baltimore making some changes here, fast and furious. I've been a little disoriented since Cowser came in. Here's Jordan Westberg batting. And the pitch on the way to Westberg. Fly ball to center. This could do it. Back goes Crow Armstrong. It's off his glove as he makes a leaping try, and it's going to be a double. Westberg doubling off the glove of Crow Armstrong in center. I thought he was going to catch that ball. He made a leaping try and got the fingertips on it, but could not hold on.
Very close. It hits the side of the glove or the tip of the glove. Is this just a line drive? Pete leaps, gets a little bit of glove on it, but just can't quite make the catch, and it will be a double.
Second and third, 2 down. The shutout is still intact. Jorge Lopez fires, fastball strike to Austin Hayes. That's a double all the way for Westberg. Five hits for Baltimore, 13 for the Cubs. And the pitch. Ground ball to second. This is going to end the game. Horner throws him out, and the Cubs win the ball game. The Cubs playing their best series by far all year long, sweeping the Baltimore Orioles here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. The final tonight, 8-0. We'll be back with the final totals right after this on The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Take the Cubs with you in the Chicagoland area on the free Odyssey app. We are the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Moving day means you're in for a big transition. CubeSmart makes self-storage as easy as possible. Online or in person, we put the focus on you. Click now to find a self-storage solution near you.
Love Smoothie King? Sip on this. Every Friday, upsize your smoothie for free. Get any 32-ounce smoothie for the price of a 20-ounce. Got 60% more protein, fruit, and veggies for free every Friday. Exclusively for Healthy Rewards members on the app.
Toyota has electrified options for every lifestyle. We've got hybrids, plug-in hybrids. You can even go 100% electric. Toyota is electrified, diversified. Learn more about our Beyond Zero vision for the future at toyota.com/Beyond Zero.
Reynolds Wrap.
Reynolds Wrap.
Potato wedges.
Wedges.
Olive oil. Salt.
Mwah. Well done, hon.
Well done, chef.
Right.
With Reynolds Wrap, cooking becomes so easy, you can feel like the chef of your kitchen. Easy prep, easy cook, easy clean. Reynolds Wrap.
It's the most anticipated WNBA season in history. And you know what that means. Court is back in session. Welcome to Queens of the Court, an Odyssey original podcast. I'm your girl, Cheryl Swoop. And I'm Jordan Robinson. All WNBA season long, we'll be bringing you interviews with star athletes, analysis on your favorite teams, and lots of hot takes. Order in the court. Follow and listen to Queens of the Court on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Cubs win it, polishing off a 3-game sweep over Baltimore. Here are your final totals. For the victorious Chicago Cubs, 8 runs, 13 hits, and no errors. For the Baltimore Orioles, no runs, 5 hits, and no errors. The winning pitcher, Justin Steele, now 2-3. Losing pitcher, Albert Suarez, he falls to 5-3. 2 hours and 13 minutes of ball in front of 22,685 fans on a warm summer night in Maryland. The final 8-0. Tremendous series for the Cubs. Ron, what are some of your final thoughts?
Well, I just think, when you start thinking about the series, you instantly have to think about the starting pitching for the Chicago Cubs and just the pitching in general. This is one of the best offenses in the game, and they really held them at bay. And then on the flip side of that, the issues the Cubs have had, they fixed them in this series. For this series, the offense banged away, a lot of extra base hits, a few home runs mixed in there. But to me, it's the slashing offense of spraying the ball around the field, quality at bats, and not making the routine out, having quality ABs and line drives sprayed around the yard. to, really put the pressure on Baltimore's pitching staff. Just probably the best series the Cubs have played all year.
I would totally agree with that, Ron. We've got to get to the airport, and nice job.
I will see you on the plane, partner.
Cubs win the ball game. A reminder now, Zach's postgame show is next. Baseball tomorrow night from St. Louis. Cubs and Cardinals, game 1. Sonny Gray to start for St. Louis. We just got word that Kyle Hendricks will start the game for the Chicago Cubs. That's tomorrow night. It'll begin at 7:15 Central Time. That means that Zach's pregame show will start right around 6:40. All right. Our thanks to our engineer, Tim Jones, for a job well done. He's very, very good to work with. And thanks to Zach Zaidman for all of his outstanding work. And his postgame show is next. For former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, Pat Hughes saying thank you for listening and good night from Oriole Park at Camden Yards in Baltimore. Again, the final, the Chicago Cubs 8 and the Baltimore Orioles 0. This has been a presentation of The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast has been presented by Health Markets. Shop for health insurance your way. Chicago Cubs baseball on WSCR 670 The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network has been presented to you in part by Benjamin Moore, Benny's Beverage Depot, Hefty Trash Bags, Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha, James Hardy Building Products, Sloan, Stella Blue Coffee, Traffic Tech, Wintrust Community Banks, your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers, Granger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs in Wrigley Field, and by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer are Chicago's Sound of Summer on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Steve Malman. Most auto injury lawyers will tell you they don't get paid until you win. But here's the thing. They still gotta win. At Malman Law, we win 95% of our cases. And yep, you guessed it, we don't get paid until you do. Call 888-MALMAN-LAW. That's 888-MALMAN-LAW. Or visit malmanlaw.com. We'll put compensation for your injuries where it belongs, right in your pocket. Malman Law, we know what matters most.
Since I was little, I've broken 100 bones and I've had 19 surgeries. Shriners Hospitals for Children was with me every step of the way.
Help children like Sebastian by joining the Shriners Children's family. When you donate, you will help provide the most amazing care to children in your community and around the world, regardless of the family's ability to pay. Show your support and give at loveshriners.org today.
Thank you. Gracias. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Steve Malman. Most auto injury lawyers will tell you they don't get paid until you win. But here's the thing. They still gotta win. At Malman Law, we win 95% of our cases. And yep, you guessed it, we don't get paid until you do. Call 888-MALMAN-LAW. That's 888-MALMAN-LAW. Or visit malmanlaw.com. We'll put compensation for your injuries where it belongs, right in your pocket. Malman Law, we know what matters most.
With the McDonald's app, you can get your favorite thing delivered to your door, so you can eat your favorite thing while you watch your favorite thing at home. Order McDelivery in the McDonald's app. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's, delivery prices may be higher than at restaurants. Delivery and other fees may apply.
It may be the dog days of summer, but for the true baseball fans, the grind of the season is part of the fun. I'm Brett Boone from the Brett Boone Podcast. Every week, my Hall of Fame and All-Star buddies look at the state of the game. I'll explain why the Orioles and the Yankees have the best rivalry in baseball right now, and why phenom Paul Skeens is Randy Johnson-esque. The road to the Fall Classic first has to go through the heat of the summer, so now is the time to listen up. Follow and listen to the Brett Boone Podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
¿Cómo la panadería de Ella moldeó su éxito? Comenzó con una decisión inteligente. Probó una camioneta usada certificada de su concesionario Ford local. Inspeccionada, con garantía Ford, reporte Carfax y dentro de su budget. Los cupcakes atrajeron clientes y estos se hicieron regulares.
Hola.
El siguiente paso fue invertir en ella. Ford Blue Advantage, compra de autos usados hecha para ti. Consulta con tu concesionario para conocer detalles de la garantía limitada.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 300 programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Now it's time for the Cubs Radio postgame show on 670 The Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network, sponsored in part by Cars for Kids, Anti-Hero, Revolution's franchise IPA, TimberTech Decking and Railing, Plumbers 911, and by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. And now your host, Zach Zaidman.
The Orioles started the week with the best record in the American League, and the Cubs sweep the O's here in Baltimore as they crush the Orioles in the finale of this three-game set by a final of 8-0. Hi, everyone. Zach Zaidman with you at Oriole Park at Camden Yards here in Baltimore. Let's get right to the final box score, sponsored by McGrath Acura of Westmont. When you do the math, you'll choose McGrath. The Cubs, 8 runs on 13 hits, no errors. The Orioles, no runs, 5 hits, no errors. Seiya Suzuki with 3 hits and 3 RBIs to pace the offense. He had 2 doubles and a triple. Who's on a Roll is sponsored by Circa Sports Illinois. Bet like the pros and download the Circa Sports app today. Mike Bush is hitting better than 400 over his last 7 games. He had 2 more hits tonight and drove in 2 more runs. The cleanup hitter recap is sponsored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, relief from flood, fire, storm, and more. Visit gobluesky.com. Ian Happ, the cleanup man, he went 1 for 4, an RBI double. But the story of this game, Justin Steele, who continues to light it up from the mound. The Cubs pitching recap, sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Throw a no-hitter with your next painting project. Visit benjaminmoore.com for a location near you. Steele with his 7th consecutive quality start. He threw 7 scoreless innings tonight, scattered 3 hits, did not walk a batter, and struck out 4 as Steele picks up his 2nd win of the year. He's now 2-3 with an ERA of 2.71. This was a ball game that took 2 hours and 13 minutes. The official game time is powered by Anti-Hero, the official IPA of Cubs Radio, made in Chicago by Revolution Brewing. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the Score and the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to the Cubs game in FM quality at 104.3 HD2 FM on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network. We are WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
The Cubs return to action at Wrigley Field on Wednesday, July 19th for the start of a 3-game set. I should say Friday, July 19th for the start of a 3-game set with the Diamondbacks. Don't miss any of the action. Purchase tickets at Cubs.com. Cubs win big, 8-0 over the Orioles here in Baltimore to sweep the 3-game series, their first road sweep on the road, which is why it's a road sweep of the season. Let's take a break. When we come back, the exciting highlights from the Cubs' 8-0 win next on the Score on the Southwest Airlines Cubs Radio Network.
Cub fans, Craig Counsell here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Love Smoothie King? Sip on this. Every Friday, upsize your smoothie for free. Get any 32-ounce smoothie for the price of a 20-ounce. Got 60% more protein, fruit, and veggies for free every Friday. Exclusively for Healthy Rewards members on the app.
Mi embarazo con Maya fue normal. Todo estuvo bien hasta que nació. La cadera dislocada, que ya a lo mejor traía consecuencias en la cabeza. El hospital Shriners me dio mucha esperanza. Yo siento que Mayita todavía tiene mucho que vivir y que hacer. Todo va a estar bien, gracias a los hospitales de Shriners.
Gracias. Por favor, visita moreshriners.org hoy.
Hi, I'm Steve Malman. Most auto injury lawyers will tell you they don't get paid until you win, but they still gotta win. At Malman Law, we win 95% of our cases. Call 888-MALMAN-LAW or visit malmanlaw.com.
It's the dog days of summer. Baseball is in full swing. And unfortunately, so is your work schedule.
Stay connected to your local team, even while you're working hard, with your favorite station on Odyssey.com. Get the best in local sports talk, listen live, or jump back to what you missed with Rewind. It's all here, all just a few clicks away. And I'll tell you something, it makes the workday go that much faster. Listen at work. Visit Odyssey.com today to get started.
1, 2, 3, 4. Those are numbers, but you already knew that. If you want to know what number you're going to pay each month for your car, use Kelly Blue Book My Wallet on Auto Trader. They're really good at numbers. Auto Trader.
Stressed about pests? When you have pest problems, don't call just anyone. Call the Orkin Pro. With over 120 years of experience, nobody's better. Orkin Pros are the best and most knowledgeable in the pest control industry, specializing in keeping pests out and protecting the places where you live and work all year long. At Orkin, keeping your home safe and giving you peace of mind is what we do best. Orkin, the best in pests. Learn more at Orkin.com.
On Monday, July 22nd, the Cubs special ticket offers page will feature 2 different University Cubs caps collaborations, including Northern Illinois and Illinois State. Get your limited edition caps only through Cubs.com/specials. It's time now for the highlight show, sponsored by Design First Builders. It's your home remodel out of the park with Design First Builders.